And we are back. And not just us, not just me, but Josh Hart will also make his return here tonight. He is back, and he is in the starting lineup, back like he never left, with no minutes restrictions, nothing whatsoever, so he is ready to go. Let's do it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again, and guess what? Josh Hart has returned. The savior is here. Let me not get too crazy on Josh Hart, because they still might lose today, even with him back in the lineup. But we are back. The vibes are going to slowly begin to return, y'all. We're almost there. We're almost past this West Coast road trip. Hopefully they can get back on track. We are back. We are live. The New York Knicks are playing here tonight against the Portland Trail Blazers. The running and gunning Portland Trail Blazers. Boy, oh boy, is this a tough matchup. And we're going to get through it because we got some things to talk about with this Portland team. We got some things to talk about with our New York Knicks. Oh, by the way, we got more good news injury-wise on the ways, but we'll wait until we get to that point. Right now, we got to worry about this Portland Trail Blazers team because they are tough. They are rumble. They are ready to go. The defense is there. Deni Avdija gets every foul call he wants. My goodness, this man puts his head down, gets into the paint, draws contact like nobody else in the league right now. It is incredible. It is frustrating as an opponent. Boy, oh boy, are we going to be frustrated here today. But Josh Hart is back. And that is the main thing. The main thing about tonight. Win, lose, or other, we got our guy back. And so in order to go over this game, because I'm already out of breath, to go over this game, we got to start where we always start, and that's what we will do with the captain, Jalen Brunson. No other place to start. It has to be with him. No matter what, it still has to be with him, whether he's struggling or not, whether the game is coming easily to him or not, whether he turns it over in the last second shot of the game against Phoenix or not. It's still always 100% have to start with the captain, because it all ultimately falls on his shoulders. And so, yes, hasn't been great. Defense needs to be better. Decision-making has to be better. Shot-taking has to be better. Passing, setting up the offense, all of it. Sure, we could all quibble with every single part of it, but it has to be better. But ultimately, everything this team does is reliant upon this guy, which is why we need him to perform like he was performing last month. And I've given all the excuses, and I truly believe that those are part of the reason why this team has begun to stumble with the travel, the schedule, the playing all the way into the Cup final, and how that has influenced their scheduling and all the road trips and all of the things, the injuries piling up, the ball pressure with no other really ball handlers to help them out in the backcourt, the lack of adjustment from the players on the court to adjust to that, like, hey, Mikal Bridges, come bring the ball down for your boy Jalen Brunson, who's getting pressured 94 feet. Oh, guess what? Josh Hart does that, but now Josh Hart's out of the rotation. Deuce McBride was out, now he's back. Then he wasn't starting, but now he is starting, but now he's back on the bench because Josh Hart is back. Hopefully that doesn't mean we get 20-minute-a-game Deuce, because we need 30-minute-a-game Deuce. Even with 30-minute-a-game Josh Hart back, let's see how Mike Brown is going to adjust his rotations tonight. I'm just saying. But I will say all of the criticisms about this New York Knicks team in general are pretty valid in the sense that we wanted more physicality, better defense, better ball movement, all of the things. You know who helped solve that? Big old Josh Hart. And let's wait on the Josh Hart discussion because we'll get to him. Obviously, he's back in the rotation today, baby. Oh my goodness, am I excited. That news, I just saw it. I don't know when it came down. I just saw it maybe like 10-ish minutes ago. So I was like, all right, another rough tumble game against Portland. And I didn't even remember that he was listed as questionable yesterday. So I was like, all right, whatever. Whew. Here we go. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Let me ask you, y'all need my help, all hands on deck. Need every help we can get, brother. Every single person who's willing. He said, a really good team with the potential to be great. For sure. Jeff, what's up, Jeff? Kiana Bryan, what's up, Kiana? Jeff said, I got a question. How do you feel about Cat this year? Cat, I feel the same way about Karl Anthony Towns as I did last year. incredibly frustrating to watch on a night-to-night basis. Overall, an incredibly talented player who helps your team win basketball games, but may also cost your team a basketball game or two here. He's been adjusting. The assists are up these last 2 games. We'll see if that continues again here tonight. They're going to need him. They're going to need him to pull Donovan Clingan away from the basket, who's been one of the best rebounders in the league and one of the best interior presence, rim protectors in the league. And so they're going to need Karl-Anthony Towns almost exclusively tonight, more than any other player, more than Josh Hart, more than Anunoby, more than Brunson, because his ability to draw Clingan away from that basket should open up the paint for the Knicks. Hopefully they can get into the paint. Outside of that, Portland has athletes everywhere, but we'll get to Portland. We will get to Portland. So how do I feel about Karl-Anthony Towns? Same as I feel last year. My opinion does not change on a game-to-game basis, does not change on a week-to-week basis. My opinion is, adjust as, over like the course of a month or 2 months or 3 months, and Karl-Anthony Towns is fine. He's the same as he's always been. Incredibly frustrating, but incredibly talented. He's been a lot more inconsistent this year than he was last year. But again, coaching change, role change, offense change, all of the things is factored into that. And so I'm giving him a little bit of a longer leash than I probably did last year. But at the same time, Just Dad said happy birthday. Appreciate you, Just Dad. It's not my birthday yet, but we're getting close to it. We are getting close to it. Appreciate you, Just Dad. It's a birthday month. We can celebrate all month. I'm not a big birthday person. I'm not a big celebrate my birthday kind of guy, which is why it's just going to stay with me. Little secret's going to stay with me because I don't really care for it. It's not about me. It's about the team. It's about covering basketball. That's what this channel is about. It's not about celebrating me. It's about celebrating the game of basketball. But Jalen Brunson, we need Jalen Brunson. Back to the pregame. Jalen Brunson, we need him to be Jalen Brunson. The same Jalen Brunson as usual. And let me pull up the game real quick just to make sure I'm not even prepared with that because I was too busy listening to certain news about our guy. And why am I on NBA? About our guy Josh Hart, who is back. And speaking of Karl-Anthony Towns, I kind of gave the soliloquy right there about Towns. Thank you, Jeff. But that's how I feel about Towns this year. Yes, we need him to be better. Yes, the offense needs to be better. The three-point shooting, which honestly, this is ticked down a little bit. I was supposed to update the player graphics today. I forgot about it, so I didn't get it done in time. But I'll get it done right after the stream. It was an earlier stream than usual, so we'll get it done right after the game ends. Incredibly frustrating this year, but also incredibly valuable to this team, to this organization, to this play style, all of the things. All of the things. Twilson, what's up, Twilson? We got the OG Anunoby, like Karl-Anthony Towns, especially these past 2 weeks, and like everybody these past 2 weeks, has just been incredibly inconsistent. Just sometimes the shot is there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes he's driving to the basket and being aggressive, sometimes he's not. Sometimes he's snagging rebounds he has no business snagging, and sometimes he's not. The three-point shooting is not falling off a cliff, but he was shooting at like 41% from three-point range. It's now down to like 35, 36%, which is obviously not nearly good enough for him. He's a significantly better three-point shooter than even that. Should be hovering around 40, if not even 38, 39. 36-ish is way too low for OG Anunoby, especially considering the way he shot it for the first 35 games of the year before he suffered the injury, then came back and he had some really good, really explosive games, specifically from the perimeter, but my goodness, OG, where you at, big dog? Where you at? Like, on a consistent basis, the defense is always there, which is nice. But ultimately, we didn't get you to just play defense. So in my opinion, 15.5 points is too low. You need to be hovering around 17, 18 a game at least, right? I'll take 14, 15 from Mikal Bridges because my expectations for him are lower than they are for OG Anunoby. So, like I've said before, I'm done asking more from Mikal Bridges. But he's right now averaging more points per game than OG Anunoby. And to me, those roles need to be reversed. OG is a better shooter, a more consistent offensive player, at least he should be. And he's been really struggling these last couple of weeks since coming back from the injury. Hasn't really found his consistent groove. Like I said, he's had some explosive games here and there, specifically from the perimeter, but it just has not been on a consistent basis the way it was for the first 35 games of the year. And we get to my boy, my guy, Big Josh. I know we all missed him. I hope anybody who is questioning Josh recognizes how important this man is to this team. He's the heartbeat of the team, no pun intended. Actually, all of the puns are intended because it's very easy. He is the heartbeat of the team. He is the soul of the team. He is the kind of guy who gets everybody going. He increases the physicality. He helps with the rebounding. He helps with the defense. He helps with the energy. All of the things that you need and that we've been talking about this team is lacking. Josh Hart fills that void. Not entirely. You can't do it all by yourself, especially for a high-level role player like him, because let's face it, he is a high-level role player. Not like he's a star or anything. Shout out Josh Hart. You're a star in my heart, big dog. Again, all the puns are intended. But Josh Hart is the bleeding heart of this team. He is the heartbeat of this team. And you're seeing they're not really going to be able to do much without him. And like I've said before, this team is not deep enough in its talent pool to survive multiple injuries to key role players like Josh Hart, like a Landry Shamet, who we have some things to talk about with. Yes, we will get there. But Josh is incredibly important to what this team can do, hitting their ceiling, helping out guys like Jalen Brunson to get easier shots. He's another ball handler. It's another thing that this team can struggle with where, again, oftentimes where they're pressuring Jalen Brunson or they're hedging out hard, Josh Hart has incredible chemistry with him, more than anybody else on the team for obvious reasons. More chemistry with Jalen Brunson than anybody else on the team. Just knows where to go. I'm sure they've talked about it a million times when Jalen Brunson's getting doubled and all of the things, right? Wilson said, hope OG gets 5 rebounds and Deuce McBride 11 points. I have faith. I have faith too. Jason, what's up, Jason? Josh is back with no minutes restriction. Can't wait. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sons Jen, what's up, Sons Jen? Back to rooting for the Knicks now. Great news about Hart. Wins incoming. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, Sons Jen. Hope you're well. You got your win. I'm rooting for you too, big dog. It's just, I really like watching the Suns play. Again, it was an unfortunate ending for our Knicks. Jeff said, have a good broadcast. Shout out to you, Jeff. Are the Cavs playing today? Have a good night, Jeff. Have a good Sunday night. End of your weekend. Let's open up ESPN and get that ready. We can go around the league and check what games are going on today. It is an early Sunday game, technically. We got some other games going on. We'll go around the league. We got a lot of games going on. We'll go around the league in a second here and see what's going on. But we got to get through this pregame first. Judge's dad said the Knicks aren't alone in their slide. Just about every top team in the league is struggling right now with all the top 4 teams, either 6-4 or 4-6. It's the dog days of the NBA. I've tried to tell people this all the time. I love that you put in the chat. It's really just not the Knicks. The Pistons lost the other day. I think the Celtics lost the other day as well. I'm pretty sure. Also open up the standings, I guess. Double check that. I believe the Knicks are back in the 2 seed. They are back in the 2 seed because the Celtics lost the other day, so they're technically tied with the Boston Celtics for that 2 seed, which is hilarious because it took the Knicks going on they lost 5 of their last 6 game slide for the Boston Celtics to catch them in the standings. But guess what? Boston Celtics caught them in the standings. Boston Celtics will eventually also go on a slide as well. The Knicks, I believe, will 100% maintain the 2 seed at worst and could still possibly catch the Detroit Pistons again. We are like inching closer here to the halfway point of the season. We're at 38 games. Three games from now, by the time the Knicks are back home, we will kind of be at the halfway point of the season. We're kind of there now. We can kind of just officially say we're at the halfway point of the NBA season. So half of the season is over. Everything we've done up until this point, we have to do it one more time to get to the end of the regular season, and then the playoffs start. So it's an incredibly long season. I've tried to tell people, it's been the mantra during this really poor stretch from the Knicks. It is a marathon and not a sprint. Though, don't confuse the marathon with a sprint because you will embarrass yourself and you won't be able to finish the marathon, which is the Knicks' sole focus. Make it to the end as healthy as possible. And if it means injury managing some guys or making sure guys are 100% before they return, then so be it. It is what it is. You have to do it. Just that said, Josh is starting in no minutes restrictions. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jeff Brown said we play tomorrow. Okay, so no Cavs game today. Didn't you guys lose the other day? Yes. You beat Minnesota. That was a good win. Minnesota's playing well. You beat them. I watched that game. Joe's dad said the Knicks have had Gershon Yabuselli and Paco Dadier available in trade talks for the February 5th trade deadline per Mark Stein. I mean, yeah, that's not information that I feel like we haven't known. We've known that. There's just not a ton of value there. I don't know what they're coming. Mohammed Saeed Karoma, what's up, Mohammed? Josh Hart coming back is great and necessary. Yes, love it. I'm incredibly hyped. I wasn't even all that excited. I'm always excited for Knicks games. That's not true. I'm always excited for Knicks games. I'm always excited for basketball games, but I'm incredibly excited for Knicks games. But I was just like, yeah, home, another game. It's going to be tough. Sunday night, all right. Taking my Sunday away from me. It is what it is. Let's boot it up. Let's get it ready. Let's get it going. And then I got the news that Josh Hart was back, and I was like, oh, snap. I'm ready to go. Oh, my goodness. Does it feel like forever since we got to see Josh Hart play basketball? I'm ready to go. Just that said, we're legit cursed when it comes to French players. Yes, I'm including Joakim Noah. Diawara was the guillotine of 5 starters. Yeah, I mean, I have high hopes for Mo Diawara. Mo Diawara, yeah, I have hopes for Mo Diawara. I was going to say, isn't he German? No, he's French. I have high hopes for Mo Diawara. The Dadier thing, yeah. And then every other guy, I don't even want to bring up Ntilikina. But yeah, the Knicks are cursed with seems like they're cursed with some French products. Hopefully Diawara turns it around, man. My goodness. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Josh Hart ready to play basketball again? Yes, he is. Just that to the value of Yabu and Dadier are their contracts and points in their career. Not the players they are. Sure, but what does that ultimately get you? A couple seconds? Maybe you could sneak a highly protected first out of somebody. I don't think it's really going to get you much. Even the age that Dadier is and because he hasn't shown anything this year. In a year where McCullough's shown things, where Diawara's shown things, where Kolek has shown things, Dadier hasn't shown a thing. Hasn't shown a thing. So, Raf Torres, what's up, Raf? All right, let's keep it moving. Let's get to Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride has been shooting the lights out of the ball. He's up to like 45% from three. He's been incredible. He's been integral. He is back to the bench today. I would still start Deuce McBride in starting lineup and keep Josh Hart move Josh Hart to come off the bench. Again, I don't really care either way. Ultimately, that would be my decision, but I don't think it's a big deal. I think both players are incredibly important to what this team wants to do. But I will say the starting thing that was a huge talking point and discussion under Tom Thibodeau to me, and I've said this before, doesn't ring the same that it did under Tom Thibodeau, because there really isn't a talking point to the starting lineup anymore to me, because the issues with Tom Thibodeau and the reason why it became such a talking point is because Tom Thibodeau plays his starters like the first 8 minutes of the quarter, right? He's not making a substitution. Mike Brown, he'll feel it out. If he feels like he's got to make an early substitution, he will. Normal substitutions start coming in 3-4 minutes into the game. So Deuce McBride won't be sitting on the bench majority of the first quarter is my point. He'll come into the game probably for Bridges early on. So I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. You get Josh Hart back. He's back in the starting lineup. I'm cool with that as long as we get early Deuce McBride minutes, because obviously he showed his value so much while Josh Hart was out. One of the only guys who really helped galvanize this team. Now, alongside Josh Hart, they should be able to work magic together here today. Rap Torres said, sorry, Chef, I was watching football. I get it, brother. It was football playoffs today. Probably not going to get a huge audience here today just because, again, football is on. And what are you going to do? Football is huge. I love basketball more, but I know I'm in the minority of that. Football crushes. So, just that said, Kaishan George for Dadier, though. The Wizards? We talking about Kaishan George from the Wizards? Yeah, brother, they're not moving off of him for anybody. Like, he's part of a building block. Let's go over to Mitchell Robinson, who is back in his very, very comfortable position, in my opinion, of, yes, sir, coming off the bench, dominate backup bigs, especially with Donovan Clingan out there. I think it should be an integral matchup for Karl-Anthony Towns to be able to pull him away from the paint. And then when they go to their bench of guys like Duop Reith, with Robert Williams out and Han Yang Hansen out, the rookie. I was like, what was it again? Han Yangsen? No. Yang Hansen out today. I believe. Actually, let me check that. Let me double check that. But with Clingan in there and probably no other centers available to the Blazers, they check the injuries. I guess Robert Williams is playing. He's off the injury report. So they will have Robert Williams off the bench. He is good. That's a tough matchup for Mitchell Robinson. Those two guys kind of mirror each other a little bit. Obviously, Robinson a better rebounder, but Robert Williams is also a very, very impactful big man. So that'll be an interesting matchup. Good for the Blazers. It's going to be a good, tough matchup. The Knicks, they have their hands full here tonight. Yet again. Kenny McLeod, what's up, Kenny? Just that said, AI Al greatly supports Josh. Joining the team since February. The New York Knicks have 103-58 record with Josh Hart in the lineup, 3-5 record in the games he missed. Yes. The Knicks are a good team. We know. No matter who's in the lineup. We get the Landry Shamet. And boy, do we have something to talk about with Bailey Landry. Injury update. Landry Shamet, baby. Landry Shamet is cleared for contact. He's out there receiving contact. I'm talking about maybe a week, maybe a week. Next week, we could start hearing about he ramping up. He going to come back one of these games. We're right there, man. We are right there with Landry Shamet. And the reason why I'm so excited about it is not as much for Landry Shamet. I love what we saw from Landry Shamet early in the year, and boy, oh boy, do they need more point of attack defenders? Do they need more three-point shooters, more movement players, which Landry Shamet showed earlier in the year? He absolutely kills in this Mike Brown offense. It really helps benefit him. He's an excellent mover off ball. He's another energy player, and boy, oh boy, do they need energy players. He's a physical player. Boy, oh boy, do they need more physical players, especially out on the perimeter. Very important. Jay said, I don't feel like dealing with Deni tonight. We'll have some things to say about Deni when we get to him. But Landry Shamet is inching closer, and the biggest reason I'm excited about it is when they get Landry Shamet back. And this is knocking on every piece of wood that's around you guys. Knock on all of it. Knock on all of it. Every piece of wood you have around you, available to you. When Landry Shamet comes back and the Knicks don't suffer another injury, hopefully, the Knicks will be 100% healthy for the first time since very early in the year. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, right? Dog days of the regular season, you're getting some healthy guys back. They're going to be ready to go, full of energy, ready to have an impact on the game again. You just get that much more deeper in your rotations with guys you could actually trust again, and not having to rely on the McCullers, on the Diawars, on the Koleks of the world. As much as I love those guys, boy, oh boy, can they be somewhat unreliable. And this is always the issue with playing young guys. They are just unreliable. You could have explosive nights like McCullough had against the Hawks, or like Kolek had on Christmas Day, and the NBA Cup game against the Spurs, explosive nights like that. And you could have nights like he had against the Phoenix Suns, where he was an abject disaster out there. I don't think he made maybe one or two positive plays in the total amount of minutes he was out there. They didn't really amount to a whole lot. McCullough has kind of been just an absentee since the Atlanta game. Diawara got pulled out of that Spurs game that we played on New Year's Eve, and we haven't really seen him since because he can't buy a basket right now. And you need guys you can just rely on. Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? Lionel Monas, what's up, Lionel? Brunson, Bridges, OG, Hart, and Cat. The usual lineup. I'm ready for it. Can't wait. So I'm excited to get Landry Shamet back because it makes the team that much deeper, and he's incredibly invaluable to what this team did. Again, he was the hero of the NBA Cup. The Knicks don't even make the NBA Cup game without Landry Shamet, despite that he only played in the first two games of the Cup, and they split him 1-1. But they don't even make it because he went off in that game. No Jalen Brunson. Karl-Anthony Towns goes for 31 in the first half. Landry Shamet goes for 35 in a game for a career night. Hit how many threes? 6, 7 threes, something like that. Incredibly important to this team. I can't wait to get him back. Albert, what's up, Albert? We get to Jordan Clarkson, and Jordan Clarkson continues to be a roller coaster. Kind of an up-and-down game against the Suns. He hit some shots. He was okay, but not great. Made some silly plays. Got targeted defensively a little bit, as always. He was fine, I guess. You need him to play well, but hopefully with Josh Hart back, you don't need him as much as you did before, because now you have Deuce McBride also coming off the bench. Finesse Fuji, what's up, Finesse? Yabu, Paco, and Clarkson for Sohan and Ellis. Grab Dink, Pate, and Bobo and or Mo Bamba. Brother, you got to hop off of 2K. Bobo is not a basketball player. My man is out in, like, Paris doing fashion shows. He does not care about basketball. Mo Bamba is out of the league for a reason, brother. I don't even know what he's doing right now. And Jeremy Sohan is not good at anything on the basketball court. Ask yourself why he can't get on the court for the San Antonio Spurs. Ask yourself why Julian Champagny is playing ahead of Jeremy Sohan. Not good at anything on the court. So I'm good. I'd rather hold on to Yabu and Pacom at that point. Keon Ellis is interesting. If you could trade Clarkson for Keon Ellis, obviously they're not doing a Clarkson for Ellis straight up trade, but that would be the trade I would go with. But obviously that's not going to be available for them. So I'm good on that trade, Finesse. If you want to pull that trade off, go load up 2K. But the Knicks are definitely not doing that. The Bull and the Mo Bamba thing, I mean, looking at you sideways, brother. What are you talking about? K. Hazy said, I hope Josh is really ready to be back. We need him to do what he does. Absolutely, K. Absolutely. I mean, look, when is Josh Hart not ready for a basketball game? But he is back with no restrictions. We did get word from me and Begley, like, what? Almost a week ago, like 4 days ago-ish, that 3 games ago now, where he said, hey, he could possibly maybe even return for the next game. So about 2 or 3 games have gone by with no Josh Hart, which tells me that if it was a playoff game, he would have been playing. But obviously they wanted to wait until he was 100% ready to go, which tells me he is 100% ready to go tonight. Mo said, what's your prediction for tonight? Hard-fought game coming down to the ending, and Jalen Brunson redeems himself for a bad clutch play against the Suns. We get the Gershon Yabuselli. And is Yabuselli available tonight? Because he missed the last game with illness. Is he still questionable? I could open up the Knicks thing. Jason said, Hart been itching to get out there. My man's about to put on his hard hat and go to work. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're right. He's absolutely been itching to come back. You could tell. You could always tell. Yeah, Yabuselli is out with a quad injury. He's out with that quad injury. So he is not playing today. He's been ruled out for the Portland game. Okay, so no Yabuselli, not much to talk about. Again, he was coming off his best game against the Clippers, and it's unfortunate he suffered the quad injury because that's a setback for Yabu after he just started to play better. And again, he was not really part of the rotation, but now Josh Hart is back. You were down 2 rotation guys. You needed a guy to step up. It felt like Yabu was maybe starting to figure some things out and step up a little bit here. And then he goes out with an injury, and thankfully he only had to go 1 game without him. As Josh Hart now makes his return today. Tyler Kolek, again, had probably his worst game since entering the rotation against the Suns last night. We'll see if he plays today with Josh Hart back in the rotation. Maybe he'll get a couple minutes here and there to see if he's got something going tonight, but this is the dice you roll with young players. Sometimes you get a great performance, and sometimes, teams, after you have shown that you can be a legit NBA player, teams then adjust, is like, oh, we'll take this kid seriously now. And then all of a sudden, Tyler Kolek's not having those explosive plays that he was having before. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, we'll see if he remains in the rotation with Josh Hart now back. I hope he does. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? This is good that Josh Hart is back. Portland's still a handful. Good luck. They are an absolute huge handful. They are incredibly tough. Now we get to the Portland Trailblazers. And we're going to start with their best player, Deni Avdija. Deni Avdija is having a career year. He ended the year doing similar things like this, but he has become a full-fledged star in the league. He's probably going to make, not probably, he's going to make his first All-Star team. He's in consideration to make the All-NBA team. He's been incredible this year. 26 games, 7 boards, 7 assists. He's got this team rolling right now. Winners of 7 of their last 8. They are on their way. They are in the play-in mix. They'll make the play-in, and they might even challenge for a playoff spot, a top 6 seed. We'll see. Sergeant Rob, what's up, Sergeant Rob? Lee With, what's up, Lou? What's up, Lou? Hozar reminded people to like button. Appreciate you, Hozar. Appreciate you. Lana Mona said Hart off the bench to start this comeback. Hart is starting. Hart is in the starting lineup. Unless they change. But Mike Brown, I believe, said, I think the quote I read was from Mike Brown directly that he's in the starting lineup. But we'll see. We'll see when they announce it on the screen here for me. But I believe he's in the starting lineup today. Judge that said Precious Achiuwa ever have a chance on a comeback for the Knicks? He probably still has his apartment here. Probably not. Probably not. I think the Knicks are pretty solid with their big man rotation as of right now. And if they were going to go out and grab another big man outside of like Huck, Porty, Jemison, and Robinson, which I don't think they will, I don't think Precious Achiuwa would be their target. But maybe. Jason said, did you hear Jaylen Brown's post-game press conference last night where he was angry about the inconsistent calls with the refs? I didn't hear it. I saw a little bit of it that he was complaining, and I was just like, all right, man. Like, I also watched that game, and I didn't think it was an egregiously officiated game. So sometimes people are just frustrated about the culmination of things, and I get getting it off your chest, but I didn't think that game that he was specifically complaining about was all that egregious. So not entirely sure what prompted that. I think it was a boiling point over the course of the year, which I think over the course of the year, a lot of things have built up where it's like there's been a lot of inconsistencies with the way the games are being called. Tight in the first half and then really loose in the second half of games is probably the most frustrating thing to be a part of as a basketball player, just because it's like, look, man, you let us play, we got to the foul line in the first half and now we're playing football in the second half? Like, come on. If we're playing tight, then we're playing tight, we'll adjust to it. But if you're letting us play football, then let us play football. Don't let us play football in the first half and then call every single thing, every single foul in the second half. That's a really tough adjustment to make mentally during the course of a game. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Mark.tv, what's up, Mark? Keith, what's up, Keith? Every great team goes through a period of losses. But the Knicks have a fever for the flavor of championships. Yeah, I mean, I think it was just as Dad earlier in the chat, like talked about it. Every team right now, every team at the top is like going through a mini stretch right now. The Pistons have dropped a couple of games over their last 10. The Nuggets are dealing with injury, so it's been documented that OKC's done that, 6-6 in the last 12. But they won the last couple of games, so they're 8-6 now in their last whatever. Minnesota's at 25-14. They've been playing well, but they lost a couple of games they probably shouldn't have lost, stuff like that. San Antonio's lost a couple of games now. They're 27-11. So every team is going through a thing here and there. Dog days of the regular season. We are at the halfway point. Really good teams that have been like playing their butts off to start the year. Every team's playing their butts off. But like really good teams who have like been winning games consistently and playing hard to win those games are like looking over their shoulder and they see all these young teams and all these mediocre teams like, oh, this is our chance to catch them. They're slipping a little bit. They're getting tired. They're sitting there and they're like, oh man, when's the All-Star break, man? God, I'm tired. Especially a team that's been on the road as often as the Knicks have been. It's been a rough schedule for them. Every team goes through a rough spot in their schedule, and a rough spot with the injuries. Kind of has culminated at the same time for the Knicks. So it's resulted in some losses they probably shouldn't have lost. Resulted in a couple of scheduled losses, a couple of losses they shouldn't have lost, a couple of frustrating losses, all of the things. But, great teams, to your point, great teams find a way to pull themselves out of it anyway, though. Great teams find a way to win. And the Knicks are a really good team learning how to be great. It was my mantra all last season, and it remains true to this season. Many X, what's up, Many? I hope Deni goes for 50. He can go for 50 if he wants, as long as it comes in a loss for my Knicks, or in a loss for my Knicks, where the Trailblazers and the Blues, and he can go for 50. That's fine. I don't care. Just pull out the victory, Knicks. My opinion. Jason said he plays through contact and doesn't flop. Gets to the free throw line 0 times in a game. I feel for him. Talking about Towns? Gets to the free throw line 0 times in a game. I feel for him. Who are we talking about? Jason said the way he plays is how we want guys like SGA and Luka to play, but never get it if that's the outcome every night. Are we talking about Deni? Deni gets to the foul line a lot. For sure. Frank, what's up, Frank? Lady Vivian, what's up, Vivian? $1,000 Knicks or Trailblazers? That's up to you, big dog. That's up to you. CEO King, what's up, CEO King? Many X said you can get the win if he gets 50. I'll take it. I'll take that deal 10 times out of 10. Jason said Jaylen Brown. He drives to the rim, doesn't get foul calls. I get you. I mean, he does get some foul calls, but he's also not very good at drawing contact. Like, he's not a great manipulator. Getting to the foul line's a skill, like anything else. It's not just about going into the paint. It's not just about driving to the paint. It's not just about creating contact or anything like that. Like, it is a skill that you have to learn. You have to learn how to manipulate body positioning of your opponent and all the things. Like every time a player initiates contact and then falls to the side or backwards or whatever, people are like, it's a flop, it's a flop. It's like, no, I'm initiating contact and I'm purposely being knocked off balance. I'm maintaining enough balance to get a shot up at the basket. And great players, that's how great players get and ones. But Jaylen Brown just hasn't gotten to that point where he's able to consistently get to the foul line. He just isn't good at creating the contact right now. Everybody in the league has a gripe with the officials. Everybody in the league is going to be upset. Nobody's happy with the officials. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Young Cats ain't ready to start. We need our starters to step up. Sure. I mean, there's a pecking order of things. There's a learning curve to everything. They've shown their worth already. Like, Kolek has won us some games. McCullough helped us win that Atlanta game. Diawara helped us win the Pelicans game. He had 18 points in 18 minutes that night. Like, they've shown their worth, but it's a consistency thing in the NBA. My goodness. Kate Hazy said Brown is a bulldozer, not enough finesse. I mean, it's got to be a combination of both. He is a bulldozer, but he's not also good at being a bulldozer. Like, Giannis is a bulldozer. We'll watch Deni Avdija tonight, who is a bulldozer. Like, he runs guys over and gets to the rim. So whether he gets the foul call or not, he's getting to his spot. I only have 1 minute left. Never mind. Tip-off is about to start, so let's run through this real quick. We get the Shaden Sharp, who is also having a nice leap. A lot of the attention being taken up by Deni Avdija, but Sharp is also excellent this year, continuing to improve. He's not as consistent as he needs to be in year 4 here, but he's getting there. And then having the additions of Scoot Henderson whenever he comes back and Drew Holiday whenever he comes back will also help him get a couple of easier shots. Speaking of, Drew Holiday, start off the year, was phenomenal, integral to what they do, but was injured. Continues to be injured. Jeremy Grant is also injured tonight. He will not be playing. Again, getting him off the ball and lowering his positioning down the totem pole is incredibly important for this team because as the number 1 guy, his efficiency was horrible last year. This year, significantly better. Awesome three-point shooter so far this year, especially from the corners, and that's because he's got guys actually feeding him open looks from the corners. Can knock him down, just can't create him by himself. Scoot Henderson has been out the entirety of the year, unfortunately for him. It was supposed to be a big year for him. Hopefully he comes back. He should be back soon. The last update we got, we should be getting an update on Scoot Henderson in about a week or so. Toumani Camara is one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA, point blank, period. The offense is starting to come around for him. He's starting to become a respectable enough three-point shooter, which is incredibly important to stay on the court. It's not good enough to be a good defender or even a great defender if you can't knock down shots or you can't impact the offense. Donovan Cleveland, I talked about a little bit earlier. We're talking about Towns and Robinson. He is one of the best interior presence in the NBA so far this year. He's listed at 7'2". He's probably closer to like 7'3". His wingspan's incredible. Close to like 300 pounds. He's huge. He's a great rim protector. Shot blocks aren't super high, but he's a great rim protector. And has actually been improving his three-point shooting. It takes about 3 a game, so he'll probably hit 1 or 2 threes here tonight. But, you know, knowing the Knicks, he'll probably go for like 5 for 8 from three-point range tonight against the Knicks. Because that's how it's been going for the Knicks. Jason said, sad for Scoot. Hope he comes back like a beast. I love Scoot Henderson. I love them coming out of the draft. I have not sold a single piece of my Scoot Henderson stock. I think he's going to be great. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Robespierre, what's up, Robespierre? Caleb Love, I threw in these last 2 guys because they've been in the rotation since the injuries have popped up. You can see the efficiency is bad, but he is essentially their Jordan Clarkson right now while they wait for some of their guys to come back healthier. Comes off the bench, can give you buckets. In his rookie year here, he's been integral to keeping this team afloat and as a part of their turnaround these last couple of games, figuring out how to position themselves after these injuries that piled up. And Sidy Cissoko is in the starting lineup for them. He is essentially their version of Josh Hart. He's a do-it-all energy guy, runs around, causes havoc going out. You can see the counting stats aren't great for him. But again, he's in the rotation because of all of the injuries that they've suffered. But under 40 from the field, 34% from three-point range. Kind of a guy who, again, has to prove himself offensively to stay in part of the rotation, but 21 years old, coming out of the G League Ignite, was a part of the Spurs organization, now part with Portland, and part of their turnaround again. He's been good. And that's going to wrap it up. Okay, so we ran through it real quick. Apologize for the speedy Trailblazers coverage there, but here we go. Jason said he's a normal rookie in a room full of unicorn rookies. Yeah, I mean, the efficiency is bad. The efficiency is just bad. You can't be that bad. Can't be that bad with your efficiency, man. You just can't. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Getting ready for the tip-off. Everything's set up. There we go. Where's my mic? Here we go. Need my mic or else you guys can't hear me. Klingon wins the tip, and Deni Avdija will bring it down. Avdija has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his right off a Klingon screen. Klingon also a really great screen setter. They kick it out to Tamar for an open 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Anunoby hit a head pass to Josh Hart. He's just going to put his head down. Attack. They kick it out. Bridges. Left wing 3. Got to knock me down. Comes up short on it. And here comes Deni Avdija. Bringing it down. Right side of the court. Picked up by Anunoby. Created an open 3 before. Now he's going to pull up for a straightaway 3 as Anunoby goes under the Klingon screen. And he knocks it down. First attempt for Avdija goes down. He is the head of the snake. If you can slow him down, should be able to slow this Portland team down. They are a defensive first team. Bridges gets it over to Brunson. Brunson has it on the left wing. Being guarded by Kamara. They get it over to Bridges, curling off the Towns screen, driving to his left, steps back. They show 2 defenders. They kick it out to Towns. Towns, extra pass. OG Anunoby lines up the 3 over Klingon, and OG Anunoby responds with a 3 of his own. Excellent. Here comes Deni Avdija bringing it down. On the right wing, coming to his left. Going under the screen again. They kick it out to Sissoko, pump fakes, going along the baseline. Good defense from Brunson. Sissoko's got nowhere to go, but he spins off of Brunson, smokes a layup. Brunson, terrible defensive positioning there. Allowed Sissoko to get an easy layup, but thankfully he missed it. Brunson, quick crossover to his right, down the lane, leans in, takes a bump, puts up the floater, can't get it to go, and Towns comes flying in for the tip. There you go. 5-3. Knicks take a lead. Here comes Shaden Sharp, being guarded by Brunson, coming to his left off a Klingon screen. Down the lane at the foul line. Gets stripped by Towns. Excellent defense. Brunson picks up the loose ball. Brunson hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart fires a bullet over to Bridges. A bad pass, and then Bridges trying to save it, and Avdija able to pick it off. And now here comes Deni Avdija, throws a lob up to Sharp, and a two-handed slam. Terrible pass from Josh Hart. And now here comes Josh Hart now. He has it up top being guarded by Klingon. Nobody even around him, so Josh Hart's just going to line up the three and knock it down. Way to make him pay big Josh for his first basket back from injury. Absolutely love it. Just make him pay. You're going to have to guard me. This is not last year. Absolutely love it, big Josh. Do it again. Bring it down, do it again. Avdija has it on the right wing. They show two defenders. They try to get it out to Sharp. Bridges picks it off. And then Sharp strips Mikal Bridges. Come on, Mikal. Just way too nonchalant. And they swing it around to Kamara, left corner three, and he gets it to go. Way too nonchalant for Mikal Bridges. Susan said the other day she was going to put him back on the invisible list, and he's making the case. He's making the case for himself. They try to get it to Towns, but he gets fouled by Sissoko. Waiting for positioning. Jason said, OG with the knockdown shot, let's go. OG hitting his first three of the game is incredibly, it's a great sign. It's an incredible sign to start the game. Mikal Bridges turning it over in the open court, not a good sign for him, though. And missing his first shot, not a great sign. Josh Hart has it up top. Being guarded by Klingon. Josh Hart's going to walk it up to a wide open straightaway three again. Off the back rim, can't get that one to go. They're going to dare him to shoot. You got to knock those down, big Josh. Here comes Sharp to get it over to Avdija. Avdija coming to his right, dancing around the screen. Brunson's guarding him. That's not good. So Avdija's going to pull it out and look to attack. Coming to his left, and Avdija throws it away. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Jack City, what's up, Jack City? Josh Hart bringing it down on the left wing. Being guarded by Klingon. Klingon not guarding him. Josh Hart fires up a three. They're not guarding him, and he knocks it down. And Towns is looking at Josh Hart like, shoot the ball. Shoot it. They're not going to guard you. Shoot that ball. Smart. Sharp has it on the left wing, attacking, kicks it out. Sissoko fires up a three. Can't get that one to go down. The Knicks will live with City Sissoko shooting threes all night long. Josh Hart bringing it down. Euro steps down the lane against Klingon to the basket. Got the layup to go for Josh Hart. And boy, oh boy, does it feel good to have Josh Hart back. Here comes Kamara driving it down against Brunson. Pulls it out. Kamara now has it on the left wing, being guarded by Brunson. They get it up top to Sharp. Sharp being guarded by Bridges, coming to his left. Brunson switches onto him. Sharp going to look to dance now. Crosses over. Step back. Puts up the three over Brunson. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Josh Hart picks up the loose ball. Tries to hit the bounce pass to Brunson. Hits the looked like it hit the leg of Sharp, but no call. I guess it wasn't, and it ended up with a wide open dunk for Klingon. Anunoby down the lane against Klingon. Can't get the layup to go. Great defense from Donovan Klingon to go straight up. And now here comes Deni Avdija. They kick it out to Sissoko. Now out to Kamara. Kamara pump fakes from three. Now driving it in on Brunson. Backing him down. Kamara down the lane. Goes up. Draws the foul. And Jalen Brunson is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Jason said we missed that Hart coast-to-coast action. Absolutely. Absolutely. Albert said Hart is on. I mean, he's just providing so far everything the Knicks have needed. AP, what's up, AP? Did you give them the pep talk? They didn't need me today. They got Josh Hart out there today. They didn't need me today, AP. Susan, what's up, Susan? Great minutes from Big Josh. First sub of the game. Starts the game 8 points, 2 for 2 from 3, 3 for 4 from the field. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And our boy Deuce McBride is in the game. Kamara goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Like I said, a much more improved offensive player. Brunson up top, being guarded by Kamara. Looks like they're in a zone. Are they in a 3-2 zone? It looks like Portland's in a 3-2 zone. They swing it over to Bridges down the lane. Easy layup as he blew right past Klingon. That's a good aggressive drive from Mikal Bridges there. We don't see that often. Happy to see it. Need more of that. Kamara on the left wing being guarded by Bridges. Directing traffic to get it out to Klingon. Klingon up top. Hands it back off to Kamara. A lot of ball handling and offense from Kamara right now. Knicks doing a great job of denying ball to Avdija and Sharp. Now Avdija has it on the handoff from Klingon. Cross-court pass to Sharp. Sharp being guarded by Brunson. He's going to look to attack, coming to his right. Bullies his way into the paint, tries to kick it out, and Bridges comes up with the steal. Great defense and help from Mikal Bridges there, and they leave it off for Brunson. Brunson steps back for a right corner three in transition. Line me up for Jalen Brunson. Great pass from Bridges. Way to make up for Mikal Bridges. I was on him a little bit earlier to start the game, but there you go. Way to make up for it as the game's gone on. Absolutely. Absolutely. 7 minutes to go. 7 minutes to go. Jason said, I don't ever want to hear any Hart slander ever again. I didn't forget the beginning of the season in this chat. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, I don't want to hear Josh Hart slander. I don't want to hear Jalen Brunson slander. There's a difference between slander and criticism. We can criticize all we want. That is what we're here to do. We're fans. We're watching it. We can criticize the things we watch. But slander is when we start going, trade this guy, get this guy out of here. That guy's a bum. It's like, we know what these guys are capable of. I'm not going to make a full-time judgment off of a week in January, guys. Right? We witnessed the incredible importance of Josh Hart in his absence, even though most of us already knew. Some of us still doubted. But he's showing them here tonight. Mark, what's up, Mark? Why does it look like they're hotboxing in that arena? It's smoky. It does look a little smoky now that you mention it. Ozahar, what's up, Ozahar? Show some love for Chevy, our host. Hit the likes. Appreciate you, Ozahar. Reminding people to hit the like button. If you're enjoying the show so far, hit that thumbs up button, y'all. I'd very much appreciate it. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Hart stock just went up. Get that package ready. Oh, brother, this guy hitting the trade machine yet again. What's up, Chi-Chi? Nick Yak said, first quarter lead. Guess what? Josh Hart back, and what do the Knicks have? A first quarter lead so far. Hopefully they can hold on to it. Just that said, all we need is Deuce to find his hot spot. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Susan said they should have never been any slander about unguardable Brunson, Josh Hart. That's just insane. We got some insane people in the chat. That's it. Look at Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's already firing up the trade machine to get Josh Hart out of here. Yak said definitely no Mitch Slander. Absolutely, Yak. Another great name to bring up. No more Mitch Slander. I want to put Towns in that category, but he is annoying and frustrating to root for, even though I do heavily root for him, and I will defend him on most nights. Most nights. Chaos Kid said, Hart is the captain. Hart is a co-captain of this team. Jalen Brunson is the captain, but Hart is a very important factor to this team. One of the leaders for sure. Rav Torres said, I'm a New York Giants, but I love the Bills winning today. It looked rough. Looked like it might not happen, but they pulled through at the end for sure. Jason said, Towns deserves some slander every now and then. Every now and again, I get it. Deserve to me, deserve is a little too far with the wording there. But I get it. I do get the Towns slander from time to time just because it is frustrating, it is annoying. I get that. He definitely brings it onto himself sometimes. Kay Hazy said everybody has a talent no one else on the team has. Yeah, and it's part of the reason why, like, when a guy goes out, it's really difficult for the Knicks to overcome it because they have guys so extremely talented in, like, one specific area. It's really difficult. And Bridges applying some good full court pressure there, but they save it over to Avdija, who puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Brunson knocks the rebound out of Avdija's hands. Great hustle from Brunson. Off the initial defense from the Knicks all around. Towns has it up top, attacking. Off the bounce against Avdija, goes up high, layup off glass. Can't get it to go. A bad shot there. Good defense from the Blazers. They swing it out. Caleb Love in transition to three over Deuce. Got it to go. It's coming off an incredible game the other night. It's back to a three-point game. Here comes Brunson. See how the Knicks respond. Brunson bringing it down. Being guarded by Kamara. An excellent defender. Brunson up top. Get it over to Towns. Towns being guarded by Avdija. Leaves it off for Brunson. Coming to his right off the Towns screen. Brunson pulls it out. Crosses over. Dancing with it. Sidestep three over Kamara. Caught it to go for JB. All right. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. Here comes Avdija. He has it up top. Coming to his left. Off of Robert Williams screens. They throw the lob up to Robert Williams, and he throws it down with two hands. Excellent pass from Avdija. Great screen and roll from Williams and Avdija. The 4-point lead for the Knicks, 21-17. We're past the halfway point here. Brunson, cross-court pass to Towns. He has it up top. He's going to turn and fire a three. Line me up, Towns, from three-point range. We need this man to start knocking down threes. And remember, he is indeed Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks back up by 7. Avdija coming to his right, blown by the defense in the lane. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Gigi said, on a more serious note, would you prefer JB to score 38 points, 2 assists, or 26 points and 10 assists per game? Whichever one leads to wins, brother. I don't really care what the stats say. I just need you to play good winning basketball. If he averages 38 points and 2 assists, and they go 10-0, then I'm cool with that. If he averages 26 points and 10 assists, then I'm cool with that too. Whatever leads to wins, brother. Jason said, is this going to be the first 40-point quarter since Christmas? Have they not had a 40-point game since a 40-point quarter since Christmas? I mean, they have 24 now. Yeah, I guess they are on pace for it. About halfway through this quarter. Avdija knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Robinson comes in for Cat. Bridges also comes out. Diawara's in. And Avdija goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. McBride bringing it down against Caleb Love. He has it up top, coming to his left off a Brunson screen. They kick it out. Anunoby pump fakes. Back to McBride. Straight away 3. Deuce, line me up. In and out, can't get it to go. Robinson can't grab the rebound. Great rebound from Williams there. Now here comes Kamara bringing it down. Kamara has Mitchell Robinson switched onto him. Bad switch for Jalen Brunson. Should have switched that back. Kamara's going to look to dance against Robinson. Not a good decision in my opinion. Kamara backing him down. They kick it out to Love, being guarded by Brunson. Blows right past him down the lane. Leaves it off for Robert Williams. And he gets the easy layup on the other side of the rim. Bad defense from Jalen Brunson there, as he has been bad these last couple of weeks here. Diawara bringing it down against Kamara. They hand it off to Anunoby, being guarded by... that's Kamara. And Anunoby just runs right past Kamara with the two-handed slam. Avdija was pressuring Diawara down the court. 26-21 here, 5-point game. Avdija has it up top, being guarded by Robinson. Size up 3 over Robinson. Can't get it to go. Good boxing out from the Knicks, and Diawara able to come in and snag the rebound. Mo Diawara bringing it down. Now, I love the confidence from Mo. Please keep Mo in the rotation. Diawara hands it off to McBride, attacking to his right, stops, turns, spins, coming to his left, leaves it off for Mo Diawara. Mo Diawara directing traffic to kick it out to Anunoby. Anunoby on the right wing, attacking to his right, dancing with it against Avdija. Coming to his left off the Robinson screen, down the lane, throw the lob up to Mitchell Robinson, baby. Anything you can do, I can do better offense. They threw one to Rob Williams. Mitchell Robinson gets his lob on the other end. 28-21. Kamara coming to his left off the screen. Now they get it up top to Williams. Williams gets it out to Caleb Love. Love coming to his left, a pull-up 3 over Anunoby. He's a little late, and Caleb Love makes him pay, knocking it down. Deuce McBride bringing it down. And it looks like Portland's still in that zone. 3-2 zone. McBride over to Diawara. Diawara back to McBride. He lines up a left wing 3. Mo can't get it to go. Robert Williams with the rebound. Here comes Rupert. That's who it is. Ryan Rupert has it up top. Directing traffic. Crosses over to his left. They get it over to Rob Williams. Hands it off to Avdija. Coming to his right. McBride switched onto him. Avdija driving it down in the lane. Pump fake. Gets caught in the lane. Throws up a floater. Gets it to go down. Avdija looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. But he does get the floater to go down. Now a 2-point game. Here comes Deuce McBride. McBride up top. Now back to Brunson. Brunson over to Diawara. Back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Now over to McBride. McBride hands it off to Anunoby. Tagging to his left. Steps back. And an offensive foul on OG Anunoby. Going into the chest of Caleb Love, who draws the charge. Don't love that call. Just because we haven't really seen that call all year. But to me, actually, I got to see the replay on it. I don't think that was an offensive foul. They're going to show it here. Does he extend the arm? No, I don't think that's a charge. The Knicks called a full timeout here. I wonder if this is Mike Brown using a challenge? I mean, he called it very quickly, so we'll see. Jason, what's up, Jason? I was pretty sure, I just checked, and we haven't had a 40 ball since the Spurs game. That's crazy. That's crazy to think, considering this team was just churning out 40-point quarters left and right. Al Machinery, what's up, Al? Knicks need to go after those offensive rebounds, for sure. Just that said, hope Josh plays more than 4 minutes a quarter, but can live with it for the first few games back, I guess. I mean, he has no restrictions. This is just part of the regular rotation. He has no restrictions. Eamon Owens, what's up, Eamon? Rose Pierce said, pivotal game for the Knicks, I say. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's the second game on a West Coast road trip on January 11th. I guess. I mean, they are 24-15. Any more losses, and you start getting close to that pack. I mean, they're already close to it, but you really start cementing yourself in that pack of teams battling for positioning, for seeding there, the bottom, 4 and below. So you don't want to be there. So I guess it's a pivotal game. You're right. Prince Jamiho, what's up, Prince? Let's go Knicks. 28-26. It will be a battle here tonight, for sure. Nothing easy. I did say we were going to go over the rest of the slate, and we're not doing that. We have not done that yet, I should say. But we will. Let's do it right now. We're still in the commercial. So the Knicks have 14 losses. And they're tied for the 2 seed with Boston, but Toronto is there with 15 losses, and then I guess Orlando and everybody else below is 18. Oh, Philly has 15 losses. Toronto has 16 losses. So, I mean, if you lose tonight, you're tied with Philly in the loss column, which obviously you don't want to be tied with Philly in the loss column. Yak said it would be a horrible loss. I mean, every loss at this point is a horrible loss. You are like inching closer to the rest of the pack, which you do not want to be in. You will be tied in the loss column with the 5th seed, that's not a spot you want to be at. So it would be a pretty dang bad loss. All these losses have been pretty dang bad losses. 76ers, speaking of, are playing the Raptors here today. So one of these teams will slide down the standings. Games that have wrapped up today already, the Magic beat the Pelicans and the Grizzlies beat the Nets. All right, here we go. Sharp on the right wing, leaves it off for Klingon. Klingon hesitates from 3, tries to hit the backdoor pass, gets picked off by Deuce McBride. Excellent defense from the Knicks. Josh Hart is also back in. Has it up top. They swing it over to Bridges. A left corner 3 from McHale. In and out. Can't get it to stay. It was halfway down. 2:30 to go here in the first quarter. Here comes Rupert. Rupert being guarded by McBride, coming to his right off a Klingon screen. Pulls it out. They swing it over to Sissoko, being guarded by Brunson. Crosses over to his right, down the lane. Euro goes up, leaves it off for Klingon at the last second, and he gets the easy dump down low for the 2-handed slam. And we're tied at 28. Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson has to do a better job of setting his feet and taking that contact and taking the charge. Can't try and body it up with these guys. He's too small. They get it over to Brunson. Brunson and Portland still in that zone. Up top the Bridges. They swing it over to Josh Hart. They're going to continue to leave him open from 3, and Josh Hart fires that one up. He's now 2 for 4 from 3-point range. Here comes Sidy Cissoko off the rebound. They get it over to Sharp. I just love saying that name, Sidy Cissoko. I have to say the whole name. Can't just say Cissoko. It's Sidy Cissoko. Sharp driving to his right, stops, pivots, fall away, excellent move, and he got the basket for a lead for Portland here, 30-28. So the Knicks had, 24 points at the 5:30 mark, and they've scored 4 points since. So offense starting to sputter here, and this zone has definitely taken the Knicks out of their rhythm. Brunson settles for a pull-up 3, careens off the side of the rim, Bridges crashes, grabs the offensive rebound. They get it over to Brunson at the foul line, being picked up by Klingon. Brunson driving it down, stops, turns, pivots, spins, back up top to Bridges. Bridges down the lane, throws up a floater over Klingon, and he got it to go. Again, need more aggression from Mikal Bridges getting into the lane like that. Can't just settle for 3s and then kicking it back to teammates. I need you to get downhill, big dog. Sharp down the lane, gets the ball knocked out of his hands by Robinson. Great defense from Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride. Josh Hart has it on the right wing, leaves it off for McBride. Right corner 3 for Deuce McBride in transition. Way off on that one. McBride's now 0 for 3 from 3-point range. Robinson battling for a rebound, knocks it loose, and Bridges able to pick it up and lay it up and in. There you go. Knicks back up by 2. Here comes Sharp bringing it down the other way, being guarded by McBride. Sharp dancing around a Klingon screen, crosses over to his left. Foul line pull-up jumper on the left wing. Got it to go. Sharp showing that improved offensive game here. Getting to the mid-range and knocking it down. Here comes Josh Hart, shot out of a cannon, putting his head down to the basket. Lefty layup gets swatted out of there by Donovan Klingon. And now the Blazers are off and running. They throw the lob up, high lob for Shaden Sharp. And they've had a couple of highlight dunks here. And it's 34-32, 25 seconds to go. Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top, being guarded by Rupert. They are in that 3-2 zone. It's just a high screen from Rupert. Rupert hits the floor. And they call a foul on the floor on Rupert for reaching up and grabbing Brunson. After Rupert hit the floor, he was calling for an illegal screen on Robinson, but nothing called. So it's a foul on the Blazers there. So side out of bounds for the Knicks. Pre-buy? What's up, Pre? Can I call you Pre? What's up, Pre? Knicks for the win? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm rooting for it. Brunson, beautiful pass to Mikal Bridges. Real quick, snuck it in there, got the layup. We're tied at 34. And here comes Caleb Love bringing it down. They get it over to Sharp, being guarded by McBride. Sharp has the size and athleticism advantage. They show two. Take it back over to Love. Love crossing over, step back three over Mikal Bridges. Can't get it to go. Good defense there. And that would be the end of the first quarter. Tied at 34. Solid. A lot of good. Some mixed bad as well. Gigi said, it's amazing to see Avdija progress through the years. Also mind-boggling that the Knicks needed a PG and they passed on Deni and Hallie in the same draft, not to mention Maxey and Pritchard. Yeah, but they had Quickly, which, now they have Brunson. So what are you upset about? Also, Deni saying they passed on, they needed a PG and they passed on Deni. What during the draft process makes you think that Deni Avdija was a point guard, brother? The Knicks have had what? How many misses in the draft? Trevor Keels. They missed on Trevor Keels, who was a second-round pick. Looks like Dottier is on the table. What draft picks are you really upset about? The Knicks have a superstar point guard. And you're over here talking about drafted point guards. Come on, big dog. Everything happens for a reason, big dog. Jason said, Portland pretty healthy. I mean, they're missing Drew Holiday. They're missing Screw Henderson all year. Who else are they missing? We can look at their injury report. They're missing some guys, some very important key players for them. Go look at their injury report here over on ESPN. Actually, I already have it pulled up here. We were looking at it. Chris Murray is out, part of the rotation. Jeremy Grant is out, who's a starter for them. Matisse Thybulle is out, who's an important role player for them. Blake Wesley is out, who is a part of their rotation. Yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 guys out of their rotation, brother, that are injured. We were complaining that the Knicks had 2 guys out of the rotation, so they're not all that healthy. They just got a deep team. Deep team that's continuing to improve. AB said the Knicks have not drafted a good player since 1985. Toppin's a good player, just doesn't happen to play for the Knicks right now. Quickly's a good player, just doesn't happen to play for the Knicks right now. RJ's a really good player, just doesn't happen to play for the Knicks right now. But they were also, maybe not all of them, because Toppin was trying to figure himself out, and Tom Thibodeau clearly didn't like him. But Quickly was a good player for the Knicks. RJ was a good player for the Knicks. Y'all got to stop this willy-nilly talk. You guys are weird. You guys are weird. You guys are being weird in the chat tonight. Susan said, AP, don't go overboard. What are we talking about? AP said, I think the Knicks are the worst drafting team in NBA history. What player have they drafted outside of Trevor Keels in the second round, which I'm sure you guys don't even remember them drafting, have the Knicks drafted where it's like, yep, that player was a bust? Especially in this Leon Rose era. Show me the guy. Obi is a good NBA player. Quickly's a good NBA player. RJ's a good NBA player. Bakum Dottier looks like maybe he's the guy who's going to end up being a bust. Show me the guy. Point to me the guy. We've loved these young players on this team so far. Kolek, Diawara, McCullough, they're showing some things. Towns leaves it off of Bridges, kicks it out to Clarkson, extra pass to Josh Hart. He's going to attack the lane instead of shooting that three. Come on, big dog. And Josh Hart gets blocked by Robert Williams. You just got to take it and shoot that three, Josh. Stop hesitating, man. Come on. Sharp has it up top. AP with very generous super chat. I appreciate you, AP. I'm going to read it in a second here. Sharp dancing with it against Josh Hart. Crosses over. Beautiful move. Gets to the foul line. Kick it out. Sissoko puts up the three. Again, they'll live with that. You can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Tried to hit the home run pass. Thought about hitting the home run pass to a streaking Josh Hart, but he couldn't get it. They get it over to Towns, who can't knock down the three. Careens off the side of the rim and goes out of bounds. Jose said Grimes. Grimes, a very good NBA player. AP said, I think the Knicks are the worst drafting team in NBA history. Prove me wrong. I literally just did. They just drafted a bunch of really good, high-level NBA players. Towns driving Avdija, gets knocked out of bounds. Good defense from Towns, good defense from the Knicks. Possession will remain with the Trailblazers, though. Prince said, after we drafted them, we let him go, and they did good other teams. Some of them, yeah. Some of them they traded for better players. And they call an offensive foul, and Deni Avdija pushing off on Bridges. A little tiny push off again. Again, a little flop from Mikal Bridges gives them the call there. I think Caleb Love got the call before on these mini little push off from OG Anunoby. A little bit of a flop from him, a little bit of a flop from Bridges. So things usually even out as the game goes on. Bridges has it up top. They get it into Josh Hart, leaves it off for Towns to the basket. Got the layup to go. Beautiful play from the Knicks. Beautiful pass from Bridges into Josh. Beautiful flashing from Josh up to the foul line to break the zone, and then a beautiful drop-off pass for Towns for a nice finish. Knicks take a 2-point lead again. Avdija has it up top, attacking to his left, snaking it back to his right hand, down the lane, stop, turn, spin, fall away jumper in the paint. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Anthony Towns, home run pass over to Bridges. Bridges streaking down the lane, stops, pulls it back out. Good defense. They leave it off for Deuce McBride. A 3. Line me up, Deuce. Come on, we need it. Can't get that one to go. Towns mistimes his jump, battling for the rebound. Now here comes Sharp, bringing it down against Bridges. They kick it out to the corner. Sissoko, an open 3. They'll live with it, but he knocks it down in transition. It was about time he knocks one down. He's about a 33% three-point shooter. Blazers back up by 1. Towns fakes the handoff, attacking to his left. Stops, turns. He has it in the post against Sissoko. Backing him down. And a defensive 3 seconds on the Blazers will send Towns to the foul line for 1 free point. Just that said, Dadier really was the only bad pick from the front office ever made. I mean, and the book is too early in Dadier's career, but it's looking like it. It's trending that way. Amy Machua, what's up, Amy? Jason said, I don't get to watch these games. Just hearing Chevy talk about the offense today sounds completely different. Towns misses the technical free throw. Come on, big dog. We need every point we can get. The ball movement has been very good. It's been, I would say, the same since the Clippers game. The ball movement has been good. Josh Hart also allows us to unlock a little bit more passing as well, more ball movement as well. So that's been solid. Mitchell Robinson coming in for Josh Hart. Anunoby coming in for Bridges. So we're going to the double big lineup now. Klingon coming in for Robert Williams. So we'll see how this plays out for the Knicks. They're going to the double big lineup with a single big out there for the Blazers, but they're going to put City Sissoko on Towns. McBride lobs it up top to Robinson, who hands it off to McBride. McBride being guarded by Avdija, crosses over to his left off a Robinson screen, snaking it back to his right hand, foul line pull-up jumper, comes up short. Robinson battling for the rebound, knocked out of his hands. Towns picks it up, flips it up, can't get it to go. Robinson with a two-handed putback slam over the top of Donovan Klingon. And Mitchell Robinson starting to dominate the glass a little bit here. Here comes City Sissoko bringing it down the other way. Sissoko gets it over to Klingon. Coming to his left. Pass fake. Picks up his handle. Hands it off to Avdija. Being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his left. Ducking down under the screens. He crosses back over to his right down the lane. Takes some contact. Lays it up and in. Gets it to go. And the foul. Great drive and finish from Deni Avdija there. 9:30 to go. Going to the foul line for one more, and it's a foul on Mitchell Robinson on the drive as Robinson reached down, trying to come up with a steal as he passed by him down the lane. Not a foul on Robinson, foul on Towns. Towns was the guy who reached down. Just that, so Deni leads the NBA in and one attempts. Merchant gonna merch. I mean, if he's finishing the layups, how much of a merchant is he? If he's getting fouled and still finishing the layup, you can't say he's a foul merchant. McBride has it up top. Quick crossover to his left. Get it over to Clarkson in the corner. Clarkson pump fakes back to McBride. Over to Towns. Towns pump fakes from 3. Driving it down. Takes the bump. Kicks it out. Anunoby. Open corner 3. Line me up. OG Anunoby lines me up from 3. Thank you. Great pass from Towns as well, by the way. 41-40. 9 minutes to go here. Avdija has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. They get it over to Love. Back to Avdija. Up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Looks like the Knicks are in a 3-2 zone. No, they're in man. But it looked like a 3-2 zone for a second there. And then Caleb Love dropped it off to Donovan Klingon. Some bad defense for Clarkson there, who just allowed a straight line drive off the screen. Not a lot of communication. Ends up with a 2-on-1 situation on the back line against Robinson. Easy drop-off pass and dunk for Klingon. Clarkson crosses over to his left to get it over to McBride. McBride down low to Towns, who hits Robinson, cutting down the middle of the lane for an easy two-handed slam. And it's 43-42. Great pass in Karl-Anthony Towns' game yet again. Yet again. He now has 3 assists. 9 points, 6 boards, 3 assists for Karl-Anthony Towns. Very good statistical night so far. City Sissoko spins in the lane to kick it out to Avdija. He shoots up the 3. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Towns with the rebound. And then get it over to McBride. McBride bringing it down. Has it on the right wing. McBride coming to his left. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby trying to attack the space. Down the lane. Gets caught in the paint to kick it out to Clarkson. Left corner 3. Jordan Clarkson line me up. Too strong. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Robinson grabs it. Over to Towns. Big one-handed slam. And the big connection right now is paying off. Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson playing very well together right now. Caleb Love has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left off a Klingon screen. Swinging it back to his right hand. Good defense from the Knicks. Klingon will fire a straightaway 3. Comes up short on it. Towns able to snag the rebound. Towns gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson bringing it down against Kamara. Clarkson coming to his right. Off the Town screen. Down the lane. Leans in. Stop. Pump fake. Tries to shovel it down low. Almost turns it over. Does turn it over. Bad game from Jordan Clarkson so far. And Avdija out and running behind the back pass to Caleb Love. Tries to throw up a crazy reverse layup. Can't get it to go. And then Clarkson ends up fouling Kamara on the putback attempt. Free throws for Toumani Kamara. Really bad possession there for Jordan Clarkson. Has not been very impactful and has shown some bad defense yet again here tonight. If you're not going to be able to put the ball in the basket or make good offensive plays, Jordan Clarkson, your value for this team really tanks them a little bit here. Moran, what's up, Moran? My 2 favorite teams. Let's go Blazers. Come on, Knicks. Keenan Hart, what's up, Keenan Hart? City's better than City? Jason, what's up, Jason? Yes, sir. Cat, love it. That's what we love to see. Absolutely. Absolutely. Drew Holiday. I did not realize Drew Holiday was back today. I thought he was not going to play, but he is back off the bench. He's making his return. He gets an ovation from the crowd. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Klingon. Good boxing out from Mitch Robb. Jason said, Cat could be a poor man's Joker. That's why when he loses his head and he's so frustrating, he can do so much more than just score on offense. Absolutely. Absolutely. McBride bringing it down. Knicks lead by 2, 45-43. A little modest lead here. It's gone back and forth. McBride stops, turns, spins. I know where to go with it. Get it over to Towns up top, being guarded by Avdija. Towns dancing with it. Backing to his right, putting his head down to the basket. Gets stripped by Avdija, knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Knicks. Amy said, and he loses his head a lot. Fair. Very fair. Cruz, Dominic, what's up, Cruz? Blazers, they're playing well, Knicks are also playing well. Again, 2-point lead here, 45-43. Knicks up by 2, but it's been a back-and-forth game all night long. We're going to get a full timeout from the Blazers here. Keenan Hart said, Ntilikina was bad, but there's lots of competition. Knox, Sweetney. I mean, here's the thing about stuff like that. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. I care about evaluating the current regime's drafting process, right? So I'm not going back 10, 15 years. I'm going back 6 years to the Knicks drafting process. How has the Knicks drafting process been since Leon Rose and Wes and those guys, Walt Perrin, have taken the reins of the drafting process? How's it been? Pretty dang good. They found value all over the place. They got Hug Porty with the last pick in that draft, 58th overall. Or was he 55th? Something like that. Why are we talking about drafting? The Knicks have not had good draft picks outside of Obi Toppin. You want to say that was a miss? Sure. But he still ended up being a really good basketball player in the NBA. Really important to a team that made a finals run. Was incredibly important to a team that made a finals run. Angel A1 Drummond said, I like the big connection. Clarkson needs to sit for a while. Clarkson might be... Here's the thing with a fully healthy team. The conversation is going to come down to Clarkson or Kolek. Clarkson or Kolek, guys. I'm down with Kolek. I think with the injuries, Clarkson was more important. With the injuries, Clarkson was more important because you needed a guy who could handle the ball and score. Kolek is a young player still learning, and he's more of a pass-first guy. But I think fully healthy, between Josh Hart and Landry Shamet back, I think you need more of a facilitator off the bench to help ease the offense and grease the wheels a little bit. I actually like Kolek more as the 9th man of the team rather than Clarkson. Amy said, I think the most frustrating Nick to me before Cat was John Starks. He was incredibly frustrating. I mean, I can't speak for in the moment, but I know the way people talk about him. Incredibly frustrating. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? I'm late again. Never late, brother, never late. Just that said, Obi casually jumped up and freed a Paul from the sanction of the hoop. He did. He did. That was insane, and nobody talked about it either. The Blazers used the challenge there, by the way. Bruce said we need to win tonight like nobody's business. I mean, the Knicks need to win every night. The regular season, all these games count. Prince said JC is tested and proven that he can score. I know, we say that, and I agree with you, but where is it then? Where is it? You got 0 for 1 tonight. You know, when you have a team full of scores, like I can play through Towns, I can play through Anunoby, McBride's getting buckets, although he's not getting buckets today, he's 0 for 5. You got Josh Hart, you got Brunson, you got Bridges. Do you need scoring? Do you need it? Like, it's always nice. And Clarkson's been a roller coaster this year. Some games he's been great, some games not. But, like, he's 33 years old. He's not the 6th man of the year level player he was before. And the defense is bad. And if he's not scoring, you need something else. You need a guy to help grease the wheels on the offense. Here we go. We're back into it. It is a turnover for Towns as they win the challenge. They swing it out. Caleb Love, an open left wing 3. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Anunoby skies for a big, strong rebound. Everybody helping rebound here tonight. Here comes Deuce McBride. There's a very good rebounding unit outside of their guards between McBride and Clarkson. McBride spins, pass fake, got nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Fires up a right corner 3. Comes up short on that one. Long rebound out to Love. Leaves it off for Holiday. Holiday bringing it down. Holiday, pull up 3 over McBride. Got it to go for Drew Holiday. Boy, oh boy, I've always loved Drew Holiday. I wish, why is my score so off all the time? 45 to 46. I don't know why they gave him another point. Not sure where that came from. McBride coming now. Swings it out to Clarkson. Clarkson trying to answer with a 3. There you go, Jordan Clarkson. We were just talking down in your name, big dog. Needed that. Need more of that, JC. Need more of that. Love has it on the left wing. They leave it up top to Klingon. Hands it off to Holiday. Holiday, pump fakes. Nowhere to go. Lost the handle. Picks it back up. Down. Pump fakes, goes up, gets swatted out of there by Big Mitch. Yes, sir. Here comes OG. OG bringing it down the other way. Anunoby coming to his left, dancing with it, coming to his right for a Robinson screen. They kick it out to Clarkson. Another open 3. Jordan Clarkson, line me up 2 in a row. Throws up an air ball. Robinson saves it into Towns. Towns gets stripped and it's out of bounds going back to the Blazers. Come on, Big Cat. We got to be stronger with the ball there. Excellent save from Mitchell Robinson. He's hooping tonight. Big Mitch is hooping tonight, y'all. Hart said Holiday's so good, Milwaukee never should have let him go. I mean, sure, but they needed an upgrade at the position, and he was kind of their only tradable piece. Just because he's not a starting point guard anymore. You know, he's awesome off the bench, which if he could have transitioned to that while still being on Milwaukee would have been great for them. But they still need a starting point guard. As Caleb Love knocks down the left corner 3 over Brunson, who just checked back in. Good ball movement from the Blazers. Brunson bringing it down now against Rupert, who's in. Brunson has it up top. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it. Driving to his left. Stops. Pivots. Foul line pull-up jumper. Got it to go for JB. Now we're trading baskets. We're back and forth. It's been this way all night long. It's an excellent basketball game. Holiday bringing it down. Spins to his right. Pulls it out. Hands it off to Love. Love attacking to his left. Steps back. Hesitates from 3. Kicks it out to Sharp. Rhythm dribble move. Pull-up 3. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. Home run pass to Anunoby. Two-handed slam. And that is the value of Josh Hart in one single play right there. Excellent heads-up play for Big Josh. Holiday bringing it down the other way, looking for an answer. Spins to kick it out. Klingon. He's going to put up another 3. He's going to miss another 3. Josh Hart with the rebound. He shoots about 33% from three-point range this year, about a third. Brunson crosses over to his left down the lane. Kicks it out. Clarkson open. Left corner 3. Line me up another one. Can't get that one to go. Robinson can't grab a rebound. And now here comes Sharp bringing it down the other way. Sharp on the left wing. Leaves it off for Kamara. Kamara pull up 3. In and out, and stays out. Robinson hustles back and grabs the rebound. Good boxing out from Josh Hart to keep Klingon off the glass. Josh Hart bringing it down. Just bullies his way against Drew Holiday. Draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Josh Hart just pulled the Deni Avdija. Just put his shoulder down. He said, either you're taking the charge or I'm getting myself to the foul line. But we're going to run into each other here. Josh Hart to the foul line for 2. Elicio. What's up, Elicio? Is it just me or is Clarkson a bad addition to the Knicks? He's not bad per se. I think bad is a little extreme in my opinion. He's just he's very inconsistent. That was always going to be the case. There's a reason why he's on the veterans minimum and he was bought out by the Jazz. That is the Jordan Clarkson experience. He's essentially the 9th man for the Knicks when healthy, and he's going to be battling Tyler Kolek. I think he's going to win it out because coaches usually will lean on their veterans more than their young players. But he's a 9th man, and he's 33 years old, former 6th man of the year. That is kind of how they usually age in the NBA. Very inconsistent offensive players, for sure. Josh Hart at the foul line makes the first, misses the second, fight for the rebound. Caleb Love ends up with it. Love bringing it down, throws a lob up to Sharp. Oh my goodness, Knicks not getting back on defense. But this is, you go up against a young team like the Blazers. This is how they win basketball games. They do this to almost every team in the league. Josh Hart has it on the left wing. He's looking for a foul. The guy ran right through him and knocked him off balance, but he saves it over to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left, a pull-up 3 for JB. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound. Sharp grabs it, knocked out of bounds. No, they call a loose ball foul on Josh Hart. And Josh Hart can't believe it. 53-51. 3:37 to go. Amy said, inconsistent seems to fit the Knicks perfectly. Not far off, absolutely. Keno R said, Holiday so good. Oh, I read that one. Keno R said, I'm gonna say bad means slightly less bad than Campaign. I think he's significantly better than Campaign. Caleb Love, foul line, pull-up jumper, got it to go, ties it back up at 53. Josh Hart bringing it down. Hart has it on the left wing, being guarded by Holiday. They get over to Towns. Towns looking to attack. Clinging off the bounce, leans in, puts it above glass, got it to go. Good solid move from Karl-Anthony Towns there. Nice under control. Love to see that. Holiday bringing it down. Attacking Brunson off the bounce. Spins to his right in the lane. Gets swatted out of there by Karl-Anthony Towns. Yes, sir. Good hustle from Big Cat. He's bringing it tonight. Alex, what's up, Alex? Amy said, oh, come on. Campaign was playoff game 1 hero last year in some series. Yeah, in the first round against the Pistons, and then didn't do a dang thing the rest of the playoff run. Holiday misses the left wing step back 3. Almost got it to go down. Was halfway down, but then Josh Hart picks up a foul trying to keep Kamara off the glass. We're going to get a full Knicks timeout here. Towns with 11, 6, and 3 so far. Josh Hart with 9, 2, and 3. Bridges with 8. Brunson with 8. McBride yet to score. 0 for 5. It makes sense that as soon as Josh Hart returns back to the lineup, Deuce McBride's jump shot goes MIA here tonight. That is the New York Knicks luck for sure. Dom Anthony, what's up, Dom? Alex said, what's up, Chef? Doing a good job in the commentary. Appreciate you, Alex. Appreciate you, man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Let's go around the league a little bit. Again, we'll save. Actually, let's look at the team. We'll save it for halftime. We got 3 minutes before halftime, so we might as well save going over the game stats here tonight for halftime. Let's go around the league a little bit. The game that wraps, the 2 games that wrapped up. Magic beat the Pelicans. To be expected. Pelicans are not very good, and we need Pelicans losses. We need Wizards wins. Even though it's highly unlikely we get that pick, still gonna root for it. Ching Kang Kong, what's up, Kong? Don't do bad with JC. Remember, he was one of the key players for the NBA Cup. Salute. Great. Thank you. Appreciate it. I need it for more than 1 game, though. He's also the 9th man on the team. I just need a little bit more. That's all I'm asking for. And he's not providing that this year. Isaiah Gardner said, we finally ahead early in the game. By a little bit, for sure. Joel Palin, what's up, Joel? The Grizzlies beat the Nets to be expected, and the Nets lost. Again, good that the Nets lost. We need Wizards win and Nets losses. That's what we need. We'll look at the standings in a second here. Games we have loading up here tonight that we probably won't have time to watch because this game will have wrapped up by then. Rockets Kings are the late game at 9. Hawks Warriors. Wizards Suns. Gotta root for a Wizards win there. If Suns Gen is still in the chat, I apologize, Suns Gen, but we need Wizards wins desperately. We have their pick. We want their pick, so we gotta root for the Wizards, even though it's highly unlikely to beat the Suns, who are a very good team this year. Bucks Nuggets should be an interesting game. Giannis going up against a Jokic-less Denver Nuggets team. We'll see how that matchup goes. The Heat taking on the Thunder. Interesting matchup. It is in Oklahoma City. The Thunder do not have to travel. Tough game for Miami, who just got smoked the other night. I forgot who they played, but Sanchez said, boo. I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, but I got to root for the Wizards in that one. Again, highly unlikely they win, but I got to root for it. AP reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate you, AP. If you're enjoying the show, hit the thumbs up button. Like the stream. I'd very much appreciate it. The best way you can show support to the channel and the community, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Isaiah Gardner said, we're finally ahead early in the game, absolutely. Isaiah also said, Josh is back, and we better be on a winning streak. I hope so. Here we go. We're back into it. Avdija has it up top, attacking to his right, being guarded by Anunoby. Has it on the right wing, dancing with it, coming to his right, tagging along the baseline, pump fake, gets Anunoby caught up in the air. Come on, OG. And Deni Avdija will go to the foul line for 2. Got caught up in the air, OG. Come on, big dog. You know better than that. Raptors with an early lead against the 76ers. Good to know. Deni Avdija at the foul line for 2. Knicks have done a pretty good job of keeping the Blazers off the line. Not a ton of foul calls either way here tonight, which I kind of like. Kind of like the way the game is being officiated for the most part here. Avdija didn't miss the first free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws. Every single time. We never not love it. Vic said Heat are struggling making shots right now. Yeah, and playing the Thunder, it's not going to help. Avdija does knock down the second free throw. He split the pair there. Knicks still holding on to a 1-point lead. The Blazers are in the bonus for the final 2.5 minutes here. Anunoby is also, that was his 3rd foul, which is going to be tough in the second half here. Blazers still in this 3-2 zone. Brunson has it up top, attacking to his left, down the lane, draws the foul, knocks down the floater as well. JB to the foul line for 1 more. Here we go. Student said, leave my Jordan Clarkson alone, Chappie. I'm rooting for Jordan Clarkson. I just need more from him. I just need more consistency. We all got complaints about inconsistent players this year for the Knicks. Been a lot of inconsistent players for the Knicks today. Not today, this season. We criticized them, rightfully so, like Karl-Anthony Towns, who tonight, by the way, is having a very good game so far. And Jordan Clarkson is also a major culprit of being very inconsistent so far this year. Brunson knocks down his and 1 free throw. My timer's still going. We got 2:30 to go here in the second quarter. 4-point lead for the Knicks. Avdija bringing it down. Tagging to his left. They leave it off for Williams. They kick it out to Love. Tagging to his left. Step back. Mid-range fall-away jumper. Comes up short. Brunson with the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Picked up by Kamara. Brunson. In and out dribble. Dancing with the ball. Coming to his right off a double screen from Towns and Cat. Pull-up 3 for Brunson. Can't get it to go. Towns battling on the glass. Snags the offensive rebound. Gets the putback. Yes, sir. Big Cat having an excellent night so far here tonight. Love his first half performance. Sharp has it on the right wing. Leaves it off for Sissoko. Back to Sharp. Coming to his left. Attacking the lane. Down. Flips it up with the right hand. Goes over the backboard. And ball going to the Knicks here. Oh, no. He draws a foul? He draws a foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Makes sense. It was like, that's a crazy wild layup. Did it just slip out of his hands? No. Got fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Just as Dad said, Josh, 12 minutes streaming. Alex said, let's go. Definitely we need more of Clarkson. I mean, I need more good from Clarkson. Absolutely. We do need more from Clarkson. Right? If you're going to be part of the rotation, I got to root for you to give us more than. Right? Got to give us more than 1 made 3. And some bad defense, by the way, too. Jason said, Big Bodega, you're earning the nickname today. Little bit of a City's performance. He's poking himself out from behind some couple buildings here. Big City's threatening to make an appearance here today. Sharp knocks down both free throws, by the way. 60-56, a 4-point game. Brunson attacking to his right off a Josh Hart screen. Brunson dancing with it. Now on the right wing, being guarded by Sharp. They show double team. Brunson spins. Josh Hart, middle of the lane. Kicks it out to McBride. Back to Brunson. Pump fakes. Tagging the lane. Euro. Down the lane. Leaves it off to Towns. And an easy layup. Beautiful ball movement. Beautiful manipulation from our PG. The captain dropped it off to the big Bodega for the easy layup. Avdija just blows past the defense down the lane. Gets the layup. Beautiful, beautiful drive and attack from Deni Avdija. Bad defense from, I think that was Josh Hart guarding him. Brunson bringing it down to his right. Kamara hit the floor inside the Towns. Towns has it in the post. Behind the back pass, out to Josh Hart. Knocked out of his hands, but he saves it over to McBride. Back to Towns in the post. Attacking to his left. Stops, slips, and falls. Okay, I thought he went down holding himself, but no, he's back up. Ooh, Towns with a bad limp. Towns with a bad limp, but he's staying out there. He's not looking at the bench. Avdija. After McBride missed a 3, by the way. I was more so focused on Towns coming up with a limp. They get over to Sharp, up top. Jab step. Attacking, crosses over to his left, down the lane, school layup, got it to go. I mean, these guys are just so much more athletic than our Knicks. Like, they're young, they're ready to go, they're hungry, and they are just out-athleticing the Knicks when they attack the basket. Bridges down the lane, kicks it out to Josh Hart up top. He's going to wind up and shoot up the three, and he got it to go down. There you go. Need Josh Hart to be consistent from three-point land. Absolutely need it. Don't want it. I mean, I do want it, but it's not just a want thing. I need Josh Hart to be consistent. Just shooting the three, need it. Pull up three for Sharp off the screen. Can't get it to go, battle for the rebound. And a loose ball foul on Rob Williams. He knocks over Josh Hart. Keenan Hart said, meaning Kolek over Clarkson? I'm with you. I'm with you, Keenan Hart. I'm with you on the Kolek over Clarkson train. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. I think he's better defensively. I think he's better for the offense overall. Josh Hart bringing it down. Hart up top being guarded by Holiday. They went from not guarding Josh Hart at all to now applying some full court pressure on him as he brought the ball down the court. They handed off to Brunson being guarded by Holiday. Brunson jab step coming to his right, lost Holiday. Pull up three, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Avdija picks it up. Deni Avdija will bring it down. 8 seconds to go. Avdija crosses over on McBride, down the lane, knocked out of his hands, and a foul out on the perimeter. And Josh Hart saying challenge it. Nick Yak said, we are playing great. They're playing very, very, very well. I think maybe a step down from great, but look, this is the Trailblazers are a very good team. So the Knicks are going to call a full timeout here. They're going to use their challenge. The green light is on. They're going to use their challenge. Josh Hart immediately signaled to use the challenge. He's saying he didn't foul Deni Avdija. Hopefully this comes out to play true. On the replay that they showed real quick, it did not look like it was a foul. And let's see. That's a clean strip. Who is it out off of, though? That's the next thing. Just that said all ball, Josh. Here's the thing, though, Justice's dad. Absolutely all ball from Josh Hart. I could see the refs doing something ridiculous, like being like, we're going to give an approximate foul to McBride, though. I could see that, though. So let's see what they come out with. Alex said we got to be tougher. Yeah, I mean, this conversation is always a little weird to me because it's like, what do we mean tougher? You know, like battling on the glass a little bit more, being a little bit more physical. Like what necessarily does it mean tougher? Like if they pull out a couple of more victories than they've had, what does tougher mean? You know, because like were they tougher earlier in the year when they were like 23-10? Were they tougher then? I think it's been pretty much the same team. There's just certain kind of play styles that they struggle with, and like young athletic teams like the Blazers have, they struggle with. So no foul on Josh Hart, which is good because it would have resulted in free throws for Portland. So good challenge, good win from the Knicks. But Portland will get the ball back because it is off of Josh Hart there. Mark said, glad to have Joshy back. Absolutely. I have one more play to watch here. I know you guys in the future. I know the Gotham Sports app is incredibly behind on their stream, so I apologize for that. I've looked into other solutions. There's really just not much I could do about it, unfortunately. It's really the only way, considering the area I live in, where every other option is blacked out, really the only way I could watch the game outside of, like, paying for cable, which I'm not going to do. They get it over to Love. Love ran off the line by Hart. Along the baseline, layup. Can't get it to go. Good defense from the Knicks. Robinson secures the rebound. And that would be the end of the first half. Good defensive play at the end there. They put in Mo Diawara for the final play, by the way. I like that Mike Brown is still sneaking in some Mo Diawara in there. I like that. I wish he would sneak in some Tyler Kolek over Clarkson, but that's just me. That's just me. Alex said battling on the glass and be physical. Physical how, though? Physical how, though, Alex? Like, again, the conversation of, like, toughness is always weird to me in a basketball sense. Also, battling on the glass, it's like, they do battle on the glass. They're one of the better rebounding teams. Are they one of the better? I shouldn't say that without definitely looking it up, but I'm pretty sure they're one of the better rebounding teams in the league. They're definitely one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the league. NBA team rebounding leaders. We will look at the rebounding battle, though, here tonight for the New York Knicks, but, you know, they have Mitchell Robinson. They have Towns. Okay, he said, another near 70-point half. Good news. Good news. I mean, 65. 65 is solid. Right? A couple 30-point quarters. Still don't have that 40, though. Jason said it would be 3 on Josh, so big challenge no matter what. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, good challenge all around. Could have been 3 on Josh, like you said, Jason. Would have been free throws for Avdija. And instead, it ends up with a good defensive possession there for the Knicks on both plays. Just Dad said the NFL games have been unbelievable drama and great performances. I wish I was more knowledgeable about football so I can stream the football games the way we do basketball games. I'm just not knowledgeable enough on NFL in order to actually give context and give breakdowns of things that are happening. Maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll try it next year. An expansion, but again, the New York Knicks and to me, the NBA will always take precedent over the NFL, even during playoffs. Even during the playoffs. Maybe not, actually, maybe not the NBA as a whole, but definitely the Knicks. Like, even if we were covering the NFL, I'm covering the Knicks game tonight because that's just more important to me. Jackson might be top 7 rebound. I'm looking it up now. Let's pull it up. Team rebounding according to NBA.com. Total rebounds, right? Let's look at total rebounds first. Total rebounds, the Rockets are number 1, San Antonio is number 2, the Knicks are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. The 6th best total rebounding team in the NBA. So, how much better do you want them to be better than the Heat, who they're 0.1 behind? Detroit, they're 0.3 behind? Memphis, they're 0.5 behind? San Antonio, they're right there. They're literally right here. The only team that's blowing everybody out of the water is the Houston Rockets, who are by far the best rebounding team in the league. But, they're literally a couple more rebounds a game, one more rebound a game better than San Antonio. They're literally one of the best rebounding teams in the league. Eric C., what's up, Eric? Even, contested rebounds, the Knicks are down there around 10. Rebounding chances, rebound chance percentage, that's not what I wanted. Defended rebounding chances, adjusted I don't care about those stats. Those are heavy analytical stats, which I don't think is what we're talking about right now. Isaiah Gardner said, but when my Giants next year get everyone back healthy, I'm going to be rooting for them. Absolutely. Ken Underwood, what's up, Ken? Omanek's got to play everyone tough. Nobody easy. Heck, this is the NBA. I mean, yeah, nobody's easy, but also Portland's very good. I don't know if you guys have been watching the West. We have not done a Portland game this year, so maybe that's a bad job on me. Should have maybe snuck in a Portland game here and there knowing this game was coming up, but the Portland Trailblazers are very good. They're winners of 7 of their last 8, by the way. They have played the most clutch games this year. They've had the most games decided by 5 points or less so far this year. They are, I believe, last time I looked, what were they, 14-11 or 13-11, something like that. They are above 500 in those games. And again, they've dealt with a ton of injuries this year, and they've managed to figure it out. They're hovering around 500 now. 2 weeks ago, they were dead in the water. Not even dead in the water, but they were 14-19 or 15-19, something like that a couple of weeks ago. Suddenly now they're hovering around 500. So how crazy a week or two span can make, again, with the Knicks as well. And Mo Wagner is back. Welcome back, Mo Wagner. Incredibly important to the Magic. They just got a little bit more dangerous. Mark said a lot of overlap between NBA games and NFL games. Would be hard to decide what to stream. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. NFL games are a lot more profitable if I were ever to decide to do that. But again, I'm just I'd have to do a ton of research. I'd have to make myself significantly more knowledgeable. I know football enough, but I'm a casual. I'm a casual when it comes to football. I would not be able to diagnose issues like why is one team better than the other team tonight, or what's going on for a team. I could have the commentators on and just kind of regurgitate what they say, but that's not what you guys are. Or maybe it is. Maybe we're just hanging out. I would just, again, I'm far more knowledgeable about the NBA. I keep up with the NBA a lot closer than I do with the NFL. But maybe we'll try it out. Maybe we'll try it out next year just because why not? Why not? A continued expansion. That is the idea. We're just going to do more and more and more and more. Eric C. said, love the purple lavender rocket chef. Appreciate you, Eric. Appreciate you. Is this purple? Got some purple in it. It's appearing purple on the camera, but it's more of more like a lavender, like you said, like a blue. Like a lightish blue, more like a lavender. Not really purple. But on camera, it looks a little purple. Right? Yeah. More like a blue with a red in there. It's a darker blue. But it looks purple on camera. Mob said, hope the Knicks come through. They've got to win today. Yeah, I mean, these games are not easy. Good teams have to find ways to win, absolutely. Mark said, Sheffy Sports Channel. Yeah, we might have to change the branding a little bit as the community continues to grow. But when we get there, right? Eric said, get a green vest, go full Joker. I can't wear anything green, Eric, because of the green screen. Listen, we'll get the floating head outfit out at some point. We'll go full green turtleneck or something, and I'll just be a floating head up here. But I got to improve the lighting. Lighting is like the next thing. I'm saving up money to improve some of the lighting because, again, some of the green screen is not as well lit as I'd like it to be. There's like one other light I'd like to attach to it. The way lighting is annoying and difficult, especially in a small space. Like I have set up here, it's a very small space. But like when you have a green screen, you have to light the green screen properly, and then I also have to make sure I light myself, so I'm not backlighting myself, so that there's a thing over there. Mark said floating head. Listen, if I'm gonna utilize the green screen, best believe I'm gonna get myself the full head to toe green morph suit. Best believe. Listen, I may get the full head to toe morph suit, and you may just see a floating microphone here. Antonio Hutchinson, what's up, Antonio? What is McBride doing? Missing some shots. The NBA, brother. Sometimes you miss some shots. Got to find other ways to be impactful. McBride does that pretty decently. The defense has been good from Deuce, as always. Sons Gen, what's up, Sons Gen? we might. Not even might. We will eventually. It's just, there's things you gotta save up money for that are more important to the stream, to the content. Again, every penny that this channel makes goes right back into a specific account that's set up solely for the business, for the production company to buy stuff that we need in order to make things better, like improving the lighting on the green screen. Right now, I only have 2 lights set up. I got to make it so that it's at least a proper 3-point lighting setup. But I also a couple of things I could adjust in the green screen too in order to pull it tighter. Right now, it's just hanging on a rod. I have like a couple of strings trying to pull it taut a little bit, but obviously not good enough as this is not properly lit. As you can see, bothers me incredibly, but don't have a ton of time or the proper tools in order to fix it right now. Also, what I could do is probably just iron it out. I have a steam iron I bought for the green screen that I have not used in a while, so I should do that. I should absolutely do that. Alex, what's up, Alex? Napple facts. Alex said Brunson needs a Charlie Ward type. I mean, is that not Brunson? Is that not Brunson? Sungen, where can I donate to that? I mean, I used to have a PayPal account set up, and a Venmo account set up. I just did not like doing it because I did not like having information like that out. So I was just like, okay, everything's gonna run through the channel for now. So if you wanna donate any money, you don't have to. This is free content. It's always gonna be free content. But you could just utilize the super chat function if you would like to. Baby said, I remember when you had none of that stuff. I haven't seen the elephant all year. Yeah, unfortunately with the green screen, we can't have the elephant out. Although is he still in here though? Or did I put him in a different room? He might still be in here. Sons Gen, appreciate you, Sons Gen. He said, more power to you, Chevy. With a very generous donation. Appreciate you, Sons Gen. Thank you for the $20, man. You don't got to do that, big dog. Thank you. Mark said, become a member. Yeah, it's very cheap. Mostly because it's just a support tier. The idea is, you guys don't have, I appreciate you very much, Sunshine. Thank you for that. You don't have to send any super chats because the merch is being worked on in the background. It is on its way. I know I've been saying that for months. Again, one-man production. I have to focus on keeping the stream going, so we have a game every night. So I don't have as much time. I've also been slacking on it. I'm be real. Been slacking on it. But if you want to help grow the community, save your money, at least get something for your donations, like a t-shirt, at least, right? So, Sunshine said, I'm a Suns fan, for Pete's sake. That's why I get good memberships. Appreciate you, Sunshine. Appreciate you, man. Very much. You've been very generous to the community, man. Thank you. And you're not even a Knicks fan. I very much appreciate you, big dog. Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Happy with the lighting. I appreciate you. getting me through my shift at the hospital while I'm missing the visual game. You're a great commentator. Thanks, Sheffy. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Appreciate you. RPX with a very generous donation. Appreciate you, brother. He said, Sheffy's lighting and floating head fund. I appreciate you, RPX. Thank you. Thank you. I will get on that right away. You guys are too generous. Too generous. You don't have to. You don't have to. I will figure out a way to get the things that the channel needs. You don't have to do all of that. I very much appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Keanu O'Brien said, don't they have that buy me a coffee thing? Some use it. Yeah, some use it. I don't. You guys hanging out here helps the channel make money, right? The channel, like, I know it sucks to click on the stream and then an ad pops up. I have it set up now where an ad pops up like every 45-ish minutes or something like that. Like, try to keep it as little as possible while still trying to bring in some revenue to the stream. So you don't have to send anything. You don't have to be a member. I appreciate the support if you would like to do that, but you don't have to do it. Just being here helps make money for the channel a little bit, but it's something, you know. This is free content. I don't ever feel comfortable asking a community, especially with the state of the world. You know, most of us, you know, if I look at my demographics, most of us are living in the Northeast. It is a pricey area to live. It is expensive out in the world. Grocery prices have not come down. Matter of fact, most of them are going up. So you take care of you. I'm going to take care of us. Right? Sons Jen said, Suns community, if the pits, I really like the Knicks, and Sheffy is exceptional. Appreciate you, Sons Jen, man. Thank you. Thank you. My goodness. Chris Basketball, what's up, Chris? Get that Clarkson merch poppin'. We have not done any pregame stuff here. Come on. Not pregame stuff. We have not gone over any stats here tonight. It's 65-60 at halftime. Let's do it. Come on, let's go through it. We'll go over the box scores in a second here. We have enough time. We should have enough time. Relic, what's up, Relic? Every 15 minutes is cool for the commercials. No. 15 minutes is way too often. I'm no fan of commercials, but I'm a fan of Chevy Talk. No. We're not doing 15 minutes. 15 minutes is crazy. Way too many commercials every 15 minutes. We got to push that thing back, man. We got wait as few commercials as possible. We're still also trying to make sure that the channel makes some money. So, again, all you guys got to do is just hang out. All you got to do. All you got to do. Click on the stream and hang out, and the channel will make money. So you don't have to give anything. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys. The Knicks are winning the possession battle. Something we always love to watch here tonight. The Knicks are winning the possession battle, 52-45. This is always important to see how many shots a team is taking over another. The Knicks are winning the possession battle, which likely means they're winning the rebounding battle. They are winning the rebounding battle 25-17. They're actually dominating the glass so far. 8 offensive rebounds to 1. They're doing a great job. Also, Donovan Clingan is one of the better offensive rebounders in the league as well. And they've done a really good job of keeping him off the glass. Only 1 offensive rebound for the Blazers. I wonder even if it's even Clingan. We'll go through it when we go through the box scores. Eric said, let's get this second half. I do like your delivery when it comes to the Knicks games. We'll learn by trial and error. Knicks playoffs will be different. Absolutely, Eric. Absolutely. Appreciate you, man. 3-point shooting, 9 for 26 to 7 for 21. Okay, pretty even there. Knicks with the 2 3-pointers made. Do this. Second half is back. Knicks with a 2 3-pointers made advantage over the Blazers here. Here we go. We're checking back in. Free throws, 2 for 4 for the Knicks, 9 for 11 for the Blazers. So they are getting to the foul line significantly more than the Knicks are right now. 16-14 in the assist department. Total turnover 7-6. So the Knicks still turning it over in not that bad. It's not nearly as bad as it was previously against the Suns. 7 total turnovers. But also, the Blazers have 6, so it's about even. Not too much to go off of there. 20 fast break points for the Blazers to only 8. Oh, now you can't see it. My bad. To only 8 for the Knicks. So that's a young team getting out and running. But the Knicks with 34 paint points at 26. And the Knicks have led 71% of the way. So that is a good sign. That is an excellent sign. Real quick, the box scores as we're getting here. Towns with 15, 7, and 3. I want to look at the Blazers real quick. Clingan with 6 and 1 rebound. And the offensive rebound went to Ryan Rupert. So, excellent. Excellent first half for the Knicks. Brunson, a mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go to start the quarter. You love to see it, y'all. You love to see it. 67-60. Avdija swings pass out to Kamara. Is that Kamara or is that a repair? That is Kamara. Kamara puts up the floater. Got it to go for Toumani Kamara. 67-62. Start of the third quarter. Minute in. Brunson gets it over to Towns. Towns on the left wing. Being guarded by Sissoko. They get it out to Brunson. Switched on to by Klingon. They show double team out to Josh Hart. Over to Towns. Left wing three. Line me up. There we go. Karl Anthony Towns. Boy, oh boy, do we need this guy to start knocking down the three-point shot. We know it's in there, big dog. We know you can knock down the three efficiently. I need you to get back to that. They get it over to Avdija. Avdija, being guarded by Bridges on a switch, coming to his left off the Klingon screen, making it down, loses the handle, dives on it, tries to save it out. Josh Hart dives on the floor, throws it up ahead to Bridges, leaves it off of Brunson to the basket, lefty layup, got it to go for Jalen Brunson. And a full timeout from the Blazers. The Knicks take their first double-digit lead of the game. The first double-digit lead of the game by any team. 72-62. 10:36 to go. Start of the second half, start of the third quarter here. Excellent way to come out for the Knicks. They score 7 quick points here in succession. Excellent defense from them all around. Josh Hart dives on the floor, saves it, saves the steal, hit ahead past the Bridges, hit ahead past the Brunson for the easy layup. Bridges now with 8, 2, and 3. Brunson with 15, 4, and 5. And Towns with 18, 7, and 11. So everybody getting in on the action here tonight. Everybody's hooping. Look at the efficiency all around. 8 for 11 for Towns. 4 for 6 for Anunoby. 4 for 8 for Josh Hart. He's also knocked down, 3 threes here today. Mikal Bridges, 4 for 6 from the field. Brunson, 6 for 11. Everybody efficiently scoring here tonight. It is a beautiful sight to behold. Now, if only the bench can provide a little bit more. McBride's been off. Clarkson has been off. Our leading scorer off the bench is Mitchell Robinson. As a matter of fact, we can continue going over the box score here while we're in the timeout. Off the bench, Mitchell Robinson, 6 points, our leading scorer off the bench. With 5 rebounds, 4 of them being offensive. Mitchell Robinson getting back to being Mitchell Robinson, 4 offensive rebounds. Excellent. 2 for Karl Anthony Towns, 2 for Mikal Bridges. 2 offensive rebounds for Mikal Bridges. Grabbing those long rebounds. You need them. Deuce McBride, 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 5 from three-point range. Does have 1 assist, has brought some solid defense. Clarkson, 3 points. He knocked down 1 3. He's 1 for 4 from 3. Cool, great, awesome. Need a little bit more, big dog. Your job is to literally score the ball, so I need you to do that because you don't really do much else on the court. Keith said the heart of the team is back, baby. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Eric said, imagine if we were able to keep Hartenstein. I know that's what Harvesty is supposed to mean, Hartenstein. Yeah, man, I think about it all the time. That's why he's Benedict Arnold, the traitor. He's dead to me. I hate him. I'm going to root for his failure the remainder of his career. Chris Basco said, Mitch is that guy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Student said, in order to get off the invisible list, you must have back-to-back games with consistency. Absolutely. Absolutely. It might even need to be more than that. Eric said, yeah, sorry. You don't have to apologize, brother. I clean up comments all the time. I get it. Whether you're on the phone or on the computer or however you're watching, typing it out is incredibly annoying sometimes. Chris said, Clarkson about to show y'all haters up when he comes back in. Mark my words. I'm rooting for it, Chris. I'm rooting for it. I'm not hating on him. I just need more from him. I'm rooting for him. I'm not going to baby him. He's too good for that. He's too good for that. Nick Yak said, Mitch's stat line is crazy. 1 assist, 2 steals, and a block. Doing a little bit of everything, man. He's having an incredibly impactful, incredibly good night for Mitchell Robinson. The front court is playing great between Anunoby, Hart, Towns, and Robinson. Avdija gets it over to Williams, who sprays it out to Sharp, attacking along the baseline, tiptoeing along that baseline. They kick it out to a 3 for Sissoko. Can't get it to go, but Williams comes flying in for a putback. And they wave it off. They say offensive basket interference. Let's catch a little bit of a break there because it looked like maybe it was going to drop back down with the Halliburton bounce. But Brunson will bring it down the other way. They're still leading by 10. Looking to extend the lead here. Coming to his right for Josh Hart screen. Brunson to pull up right wing 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Kamara with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Picked up by Brunson. Coming to his left off a Williams screen. Loses it. Josh Hart saves it. Over to Brunson. On the fast break. Leaves it off of Bridges. Can't get the lefty dunk to go down. Anunoby with the rebound, but gets it stolen by Avdija. And Avdija off and running to the basket. Scoop layup with the right hand. Got it to go. Come on, Mikal. Just get the layup to go, brother. We don't need lefty dunks. It would have been nice, but get the layup, big dog. Instead of a 12-point lead, it's now 8. Brunson directing traffic to get over to Bridges. Bridges gets it over to Towns on the left wing, high post. Bridges, cutting back door, knocked out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to attack the basket in the paint to kick it out to Brunson. Pump fakes, coming to his right, out to Bridges. He attacks to his right along the baseline, pull-up jumper. Comes up short. Towns offensive rebound, though. Out to Bridges, another 3, hits the side of the backboard. Come on, big dog. Let's not start chucking up shots. I don't have the game cast up for you guys. My apologies. There we go. Shaden Sharp comes down and launches a 3. Can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Anunoby has it up top. Being guarded by Sissoko. Attacking to his right. Blows past him. Hands him off to Williams, who guards him. Puts up the floater. Anunoby can't get it to go. Williams with the rebound. Good defense from him. Gets it over to Avdija. Now over to Kamara, who lobs it down low to Sissoko. Pump fakes, goes up, and he gets the layup to go. Not good transition defense from the Knicks at all there. Gave up an easy lane for Sissoko. Nobody really hustled back. All he had to do was hit Anunoby with a pump fake, and he was out of the play entirely, and then nobody else came over to help. Knicks got a lock in here. It's back to 6. They just had it to 10. Bridges could have had it to 12. Now they get over to Towns, being guarded by Sissoko. Towns gets it over to Brunson. Brunson in the lane. Takes it out to Josh Hart on the right wing. A bad pass. Josh Hart will now take the mid-range jumper. Can't get it to go. Good box down and rebound from Avdija. And now here comes Shaden Sharp bringing it down the other way. They shovel it out to Kamara. Kamara on the left wing being guarded by Anunoby. Step back 3 for Kamara. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound. Blazers settling for some not very good shots here. Brunson hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart bringing it down. Lost the handle. Gets it back to Brunson. Brunson directing traffic. Coming to his left off a Hart screen. Brunson. Switched onto by Williams. Now they show a double team. Brunson pulls it out. Steps through, gets it out to Josh Hart. Now over to Bridges, down low to Towns. Towns settles for the fall-away midi, and he got it to go. Excellent night for Karl-Anthony Towns. Great ball movement from the Knicks, and it's back up to 8. No, by the way, I should mention, no Donovan Clingan. No Donovan Clingan to start the second half here. Avdija driving to the basket, draws a foul on Towns. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. His dad said, "Cat double watch, triple-double available." We'll see. Getting 7 more assists in this half would be a lot for Towns. We'll see. Deni Avdija knocks down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Deuce McBride coming in here. McBride coming in for Josh Hart. Avdija goes 2 for 2 from the foul line. Back to 6. Don't love it. McBride bringing it down. Oops, sorry. 7:30 to go. McBride has it up top, being guarded by Sissoko. They get it over to Brunson, being guarded by Kamara. Coming to his right, back to McBride. McBride down the lane, in the paint. Tries to shovel it over to Towns. A bad pass. And now here come the Blazers. Avdija, head down to the basket. Draws a foul on Brunson on the fast break. Not much you could do there. That's why you can't have live ball turnovers. Turnovers will start killing the Knicks here. Bad pass attempt from McBride as he tried to drive it into Robert Williams there, who came up with the steal. Knocked it loose initially. And it got the Blazers out and running. 7:15 to go. Avdija at the foul line for 1 more. Oh, no, for 2. He missed the layup. My bad. He knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. The dog catcher. What's up, dog catcher? I know you're a Blazers fan, brother. Chris Bashfield said, need 5 points from Deuce. Disappointing offensive night for Big Deuce. Need him to not get back to knocking down some shots. Avdija does miss the second free throw. Blazers have been missing some free throws tonight. We should have looked at that as well, despite the fact that they are getting to the foul line. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Kamara. In the corner, Bridges fires a left corner 3. Got it to go. There you go. Making up for the previous 3, hitting the side of the backboard. Knicks back up by 8. Kamara gets it over to Williams, who hits Avdija, cutting back door, and Anunoby gets caught sleeping there. Wake up, OG, wake up. Great backdoor cut from Avdija. Brunson, quick crossover to his left, driving it down, has it in the mid-range, shoves it out to Towns. Pump fakes from 3, leans in, trying to draw the foul. No foul called. Come on, Cat. You can't lean into the offense, into the defensive play like that. That's a terrible foul grift right there. They're not going to give you that call, nor should they. Williams has it on the right wing. Gets it out to Avdija, putting his head down, attacking. They kick it out to Sharp in the corner. Ran off the line by Anunoby. Sharp stops, turns, pivots, spins. They kick it out. They swing it back around. Robert Williams, a corner 3. And, of course, he knocks it down because it's the New York Knicks. When does Robert Williams not just take 3s, but make 3s? And a timeout from the New York Knicks. They absolutely need a timeout. When Robert Williams hits a 3 on you, you got to call a timeout. Oh, my goodness. Dog Catcher said, Time Lord got range? Yes, since when, Dog Catcher? Since when? You tell me. You're the Blazers fan. Since when is Robert Williams not just taking threes, but making a 3? What was that? What was that? Nixon NYC. What's up, Nixon? My goodness. Back to a 3-point game, back to a 1-possession game. Listen, I never expected this to be a blowout anyway, but it's going to be a back and forth affair. So just maintain the lead. Good timeout. They threw a couple punches here, absorb the punches, and swing back. Eric's the only team that actually plays in New York. Oh, we talk about football. The Bills. Yeah, true. Very true. I mean, look, I'm not beholden to any team, and I do like Josh Allen. I might be a Bills fan. I might be. Chris Basco said, I've seen enough. Get Clarkson in there. They're going to need somebody off the bench. I'll tell you that. They're going to need somebody off the bench to give them something. Because it's not Deucey tonight. It is not Deuce McBride tonight. What are their free throws looking like? They're 12 for 15. All right, so it's not as poor free throw shooting as I thought it might be. 12 for 15. The Knicks are 2 for 4 from the foul line. Knicks got to find a way to the foul line right now. AB said, why is it so easy to come back on this team? Brother, it was a 10-point game. It was a 10-point game. What do you mean come back? This is a regular swing in the game. It's a 7-point swing. That's 3 made shots. What are you talking about, big dog? Eric Z said, I'm a Giants fan, but I do like the Bills. They are my second favorite team. I'm not beholden to any one NFL team, but that's just me. Antonio Richardson said, is Edgecombe playing? He had the same amount he had the other night. I don't know. We can go around the league in a second here, though. Mark said, football game getting real good right now. I mean, I did hear my phone going off with some updates. But I don't have NFL updates. And so they're just updating me on some basketball stuff. Yak said, we come back on everyone also. It's almost like, right, Yak? It's almost like it's just the NBA. It is the NBA, brother. That is the NBA. And you're acting like they were up like 15. And it's suddenly 3. It was 10. It was 10. Chris said, Chevy, Knicks fans love the panic. They're ready to trade every time we lose a lead. Absolutely. Got to deal with it every night. Is Edgecombe playing? Edgecombe is playing. He's got 9 points in 20 minutes. I went to my phone to look at the NFL scores, and I forgot. Here we go. We're back into it, though. The more important game, in my opinion, the Knicks are playing. Anunoby leaves it off for Robinson, who gets blocked at the rim by Klingon, and then Robinson gets the ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Knicks, though. Good defense from Donovan Klingon. Anunoby drove to the basket and dropped it off to Big Mitch. Excellent recovery from Klingon. They're showing the replay there. They get it into Anunoby in the left corner. Anunoby gets it up top to Brunson. A straightaway 3 from JB. Comes up short, can't get it to go. Here comes Klingon, bringing it down the other way. Now they go over to Avdija, up top, coming to his left. Robinson switched on to him. Avdija directing traffic. He's going to take Mitch one-on-one. Dancing with it. Crosses over down the lane in the paint. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. No foul call. Battle for the rebound. Klingon with the offensive rebound. Gets blocked from behind by Bridges. Brunson saves the ball from going out of bounds, and we're pushing it the other way. Brunson, in and out dribble. Coming to his left. Quick crossover to his right on Love. Down the lane. Scoop layup. High over Klingon. Got it to go for Jalen Brunson. Excellent finish over the shot blocker. And now here comes Portland quickly trying to push the other way. Bridges will pick him up. Avdija down the lane to kick it out. Love, a right wing 3. Can't get it to go. Long rebound over to Rob Williams. Back to Love. Cross-court pass, Kamara. Great job from Robinson to run off the line, and then he knocks it out of bounds. Great defense from Mitch Robb. My goodness. Ran him off the line and stayed in control enough to then stop and then reach behind and knock the ball handle, knock the ball out of bounds as he tried to put it on the floor and attack the closeout. What that does is it allows New York to set up their defense now, whereas before they were caught in rotation. They get into Avdija. Avdija spins. They kick it out to Kamara. Kamara left wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Klingon saves it out to Avdija. They swing it around. Wide open three for Caleb Love. He's killed him tonight. Too strong, can't get it to go. Robinson finally a good box out on Klingon and secures the rebound. Here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down. Hesitation move, attacking to his left at the foul line. Stop, turns, kick it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart up top, swings it over to Bridges. Bridges back to Josh Hart. Now back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Avdija. They show a double team. Brunson coming to his left. Stops. Caleb Love falls down, so now the double team is erased. Brunson swings it over to McBride, and McBride finally knocks one down. Thank you, Deuce. We've been waiting all night for it, big dog. And then Caleb Love, as the Blazers, yet again, quickly pushing it down the other way. The Knicks have to do a much better job of getting back on defense transition here, but this is the way the Blazers have been able to maintain this lead here. They just play extremely quickly, utilizing their youth and their athleticism to take advantage against teams. And the Knicks, we know, struggle with that, and the Blazers are a tough matchup for them. Brunson trying to draw a foul. He can't as the ball's now knocked out of his hands. Avdija pushing the other way to the basket and throws it down. And Avdija comes up limping a little bit. That's not a good sign for the Blazers. Josh Hart has it up top, leaves it off for Bridges. 4-point game, and Avdija now hunched over in some pain. Looks like maybe he pulled the groin a little bit. Bridges, little fall away midi, got it to go for McHale. And he's in some serious pain. He doesn't even want to get down the court right now. Blazers got to call a timeout. They're 5-on-4 on the offensive end. Avdija walking down the other way. Again, you gotta get him out of the game. You don't want to make that any more worse than it might already be. Caleb Love dancing with it. Pump fakes to get it over to Kamara. Kamara, jab step against McBride. Jab step, jab step. Now over to Avdija. He's going to fire up a three. Can't get that one to go. Bridges, good box out on Sissoko. Mitchell Robinson, good box out on Klingon, and Bridges able to easily grab that rebound. Good screen in the backcourt from Robinson as Brunson brings it down, has it at the foul line, pump fake, sigs it out. McBride, another three. You hit one, can't get that one to go. Bridges, guy and knocks the rebound out to Brunson. Brunson driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater, and he rattles it in. Captain getting going a little bit there. He's back to an 8-point lead, 78-86, keeping the Blazers an arm distance away. Caleb Love on the right wing being guarded by Bridges. 2:50 to go in this third quarter. Love coming to his left off the Klingon screen, thinking it back to his right hand, pump fakes, kicks it over to Avdija, who now seems fine, moving much better. Sissoko fires up a three. They will live with Sissoko threes all night long, battling on the glass. Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson knocking out of Klingon's hands, and looks like it's going to go with the Knicks. No, I think they're going to keep it here with the Blazers. (86-78). They do give the ball back to the Blazers here, so they'll inbound it under their own basket. Kamara gets it into Shaden Sharp. They get it over to Klingon, now over to Love. Driving to his left. Tries to hit the cross-court pass to Kamara. Back up top, and Clarkson picks it off. Jordan Clarkson bringing it down on the left wing. Excellent defense from the Knicks all around. McBride attacking to the lane. Puts up the floater. Got it to go for Deuce. He was looking for the foul to go with that as well. Good defense from the Blazers, but Deuce got the layup to go anyway. The Knicks find themselves back up by 10. Holiday coming to his right behind the back pass to Kamara. It looks like the Blazers are kind of losing faith in their jump shooting right now. A lot of hesitation from three-point range, and Holiday attacking. Kicks it to nobody in the corner, and a turnover for the Blazers. Ball going back to the Knicks. We're now approaching the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. The 2-minute warning for all the NFL fans in the chat. McBride bringing it down. And now we are under 2 minutes to go. McBride has it on the right wing, being guarded by Kamara. Coming to his left, over to Josh Hart. And we have the double big lineup out there. Just realizing we got Rob and Towns out there. Josh Hart, foul line pull-up jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Klingon, good box out and rebound. And then Towns reaches his hand there, knocks it out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Blazers. Chris said Clarkson with the defense. Absolutely. I mean, that's just good rotation from Clarkson. That was excellent defense from the Knicks team all around. Everybody made the extra rotation and forced the Blazers to swing that ball around, and Clarkson continued and made the next extra rotation. And they came up with a steal. Holiday gets it over to Shaden Sharp, coming to his left off the Klingon screen, driving to his right, crossing over down the lane, lefty layup. Got it to go for Shaden Sharp. I mean, this dude is so athletic. And the ball handling, to go with the ball handling, the more refined ball handling this year and last year, tough to stop once he gets a full head of steam going to the basket. McBride dancing around a Robinson screen to get over to Josh Hart. Now they lob it over to Towns. They show double team. Over to Josh Hart. Over to McBride. Over to Clarkson. Clarkson, the left wing three, line me up. Well short on that one. Here comes Holiday. Hit a head pass to Caleb Love, bringing it down. Euro steps to his right, puts up the floater. Got it to go. Beautiful move from Caleb Love. It's back to 6. Josh Hart pushing the other way. Has it up top. Josh Hart directing a little bit of traffic here. Get over to Robinson. Robinson fakes the handoff. Keeps it. A lot of standing around for the Knicks. They don't know who they want to go to right now. Josh Hart coming to his left. Pump fake, steps through, throws up the floater. Beautiful move from Big Josh. And here come the Blazers pushing the other way. Love gets it over to Klingon. Back to Love. Love has it up top, being guarded by Clarkson. Come on, JC, lock up. 40 seconds to go. Coming to his right of a screen. Pull up three on the right wing. Towns a little late to close out, and Caleb Love makes him pay. Killed the Knicks all night long. Deuce McBride bringing it down. 5-point game, 90-85. 30 seconds to go. Josh Hart up top, being guarded by Sharp. Back to McBride. McBride being guarded by Caleb Love. McBride, jab step, coming to his left. Over to Josh Hart. Pump fakes from three to get it down low to Towns. And he gets fouled by Sissoko. Christopher Kahn, what's up, Chris? You want to know something stupid? Now, I did not know this, but I guess the NBA 2K has its league. The NBA 2K league, yeah. The professional 2K league. They do. RPX said game have Philly. Did they lose? We pull it up real quick. Jalen Brunson's going to inbound it. Never mind. Get it into Josh Hart. Back to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Kamara. Brunson coming to his right. Knocked out of his hands. Josh Hart picks up the loose ball. They kick it out to Clarkson. Clarkson, a deep right wing three. Comes up short. Towns battling for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with New York with 0.9 seconds to go. Philly lost to San Francisco 23-19. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always love to see Philly out of the playoffs. And my uncle's a fan of San Francisco, so I could also root for San Francisco. Knicks have 1 second here and holding on to a 5-point lead. Brunson quickly into Clarkson. I don't even think he got the shot off in time. Brunson and Josh Hart advocating for Jordan Clarkson, saying he got hit on the forearm, but they don't give him the foul call. It's the end of the quarter. Throw 12 minutes up on the clock. Knicks with a 5-point lead. May the best team walk away with the victory tonight. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Going over the box score real quick. OG had what? 10 points in the first quarter, 8 points in the first quarter, something like that. The consistency, Big Zog. This consistency. Where are you, my man? Where are you? Karl-Anthony Towns holding up his end of the bargain here tonight. 20 points. 2 for 3 from three-point range. Love to see that. 10 rebounds, still dominating the boards. 3 assists. Love to see it. 2 turnovers. I'll take 2 turnovers as long as he stays at 2 turnovers. 7 defensive rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. I love to see it. Mikal Bridges tonight, 13. He's hit 1 3, 4 boards, 5 assists. Again, that's pretty much what we get out of Mikal Bridges. If he gives us anything in the fourth quarter, it'll be over his averages. Josh Hart, 14. Only 2 rebounds tonight for Big Josh. He'll round back into form. He averages 8 rebounds on the year, and we know what he's capable of on the boards. 4 assists, though, as well. Again, incredibly invaluable to have a guy like Josh Hart who can, play make and ball handle and push the pace and play some defense and create plays utilizing his defense, getting out on the fast break. Incredibly important. Incredibly important to have Josh Hart back. 14 points for him as well. He's 3 for 4 from three-point range. Also incredibly important to have him back. Still shooting it confidently. Love to see that. Jalen Brunson up to 19, 5 and 7, doing a little bit of everything, trying to help out there. Been good. Did not get any second half Mo Diawara minutes so far. We'll see if he plays at all here in the fourth quarter. Mostly an 8-man rotation for the most part. Clarkson has gotten 11 minutes only. McBride with 26. He did knock down a 3. Finally, he's 1 for 7. Gotta continue to get him up there. Clarkson not that much better. He's 1 for 6. And Mitchell Robinson, 6 points, 7 rebounds, still doing his thing. Still incredibly impactful. Here we go. Prince Jimmy has said, bye-bye, Eagles. Absolutely. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? All those Eagles fans, it's over. It's over. It's always nice to get one of the most boring football teams to watch out. As good as they are, boy, oh boy, are they incredibly boring to watch. Avdija's back in. He has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his left. Pass fake. Swing it out to Sissoko. Puts up the three over Josh Hart. Gets blocked. Loose ball. Holiday able to pick it up. Drives it down. Leaves it off for Robert Williams. It gets the layup and the silly touch foul from Karl-Anthony Towns, who immediately throws his hands up in the air. Knows bad play from him to commit the silly and one foul on Rob Williams there. Got his hand caught in the cookie jar. And Anunoby and McBride just got beat to the ball by Holiday. Holiday being a sneaky veteran out there. CEO King said, I need 2 threes from Deuce. Robert Williams knocks down his and one free throw. Back to a 2-point game here, 90-88. And McBride will bring it down. He has it up top. Being guarded by Sharp. McBride coming to his right. Good screen from Towns. Sissoko switched onto him. McBride's going to dance to get it over to Josh Hart. Now over to Anunoby. Trying to feed it down low to Towns. Holiday hedges over hard. So Anunoby tries to create and gets swatted out of bounds by Robert Williams. 1.2 seconds on the clock. Obviously, Anunoby had to get something up there, but that was bad court spacing from the Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns had the mismatch, and they couldn't get the ball to him because everybody was too clustered on the strong side there, on the left wing. Josh Hart has to get it in. They have 1 second, so it's got to be a quick catch and shot. And Josh Hart tries to lob it down low to Anunoby. Anunoby saying he got held. Ends up being a turnover. Here comes Holiday pushing the other way. Holiday, cross-court pass to Sissoko. Ran off the line to get it over to Avdija. Euro steps down the lane against Josh Hart. Scoop layup, can't get it to go. Excellent defense. No foul call. Love to see it. Towns, quick outlet to Josh Hart. Josh Hart shot out of a cannon. Over to Anunoby. Pump fakes from 3. Driving along the baseline. Euro steps. Reverse layup. Got it to go for OG. There you go. There's the aggression. I was looking for OG Anunoby, who had yet to score since the first half. Here comes Holiday. Is that Holiday? Holiday on the right wing being guarded by Hart. Coming to his left up the Williams screen. Down the lane. Scoop layup. Can't get it though. But a foul. Josh Hart can't believe it, but Holiday's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Just that said Purdy was bad and got away with it. I don't even care if the 49ers go all the way and win it, as long as Philly's out. Bernard Johnson said, trust me, Susan, they're going to need it. Raf Torres, Eagles suck. Nice to see. Nice to see the Eagles out of the playoffs early. After a pretty mediocre season. That's 4 fouls on Karl-Anthony Towns, by the way. They called the foul on Towns on the Holiday drive, which is not great. Not great. Holiday does knock down both free throws, 92-90. Get it into McBride. McBride will bring it down against Sharp. 10:40 to go. McBride has it up top. Get over to Towns. Towns coming to his left. Hands it off to Hart. Hart steps behind the three-point line for a 3. Line me up. Can't get it to go. Avdija with the rebound. Here comes Portland bringing it down the other way. Holiday on the left wing. Dancing with it against Clarkson. Spins. Steps back. Pulls it out. Good defense from Clarkson so far. Good job getting over the screen. Holiday steps back to kick it up top to Sharp. McBride went for the steal. Sharp gets into the lane and throws up a lob to Robert Williams. Can't go for the steal there, Deuce. Just can't play reckless like that. Now we're tied up at 92. 10 minutes to go. 14-4 run for the Blazers here. McBride directing traffic. Coming to his left. McBride calling for a screen. Trying to get it to Towns. He's being guarded by Sissoko. To get over to Anunoby. Stops, turns, spins, step back at the foul line to kick it out to McBride. Shot clock running down. McBride's going to have to go one-on-one here. Lost his balance. Steps back up. Straightaway 3. Rattles it in. Can't get it to stay down. It was in and out. And it just popped out at the last second there. Here comes Avdija, bringing it down the other way. Portland can take the lead. 9:30 to go. Avdija dancing with it, coming to his right, behind the back. Now coming to his left. Spins back to his right, putting his head down, attacking. Throws up the floater. Gets it to go. And the foul for Deni Avdija as Josh Hart got his hand caught in the cookie jar there. And a 2-point lead for Portland. Naslan, who's up Naslan? Holiday's back, intelligent on-ball defender. Incredibly, One of the most intelligent on-ball defenders I think I've ever seen, especially for a guard at that position. Mitch Robb coming in for Towns. Klingon coming in for Rob Williams. Brunson coming in at the 9-minute and 24-second mark here, which is about a minute and a half earlier than when he usually comes in, around the 8-minute mark. But the Knicks are desperate for wins here, and Deuce McBride has not had a good game so far tonight. So we're going to get Brunson in early. Don't mind that decision one bit from Mike Brown. Judge Dad said in the bonus with 9 minutes. In the bonus already? My goodness. Avdija knocks down his and one free throw. 3-point lead for Portland. Knicks will bring it down. OG Anunoby bringing it down. Anunoby coming to his right off the screen. Leaves it off for Bridges. Bridges in the paint. Puts up the jumper. Got it to go. Here comes Caleb Love bringing it down. He's killed the Knicks tonight. Quick crossover to his right. Tries to leave it off in the paint for Sissoko, who ends up getting fouled. And Brunson comes up with a little limp. Sissoko fell into him. He caught the ball out of the air. Joseph, what's up, Joe? So they get it into Love. Love gets it over to Avdija, driving to his right, kicks it back over to Love, in the corner to Kamara, spins back to his right along the baseline, puts up the floater, draws the foul, and Josh Hart yet again, he's going to the foul line for 2 more. 9 minutes to go. Portland in the bonus, Kamara to the foul line for 2. One-point lead for Portland, and Kamara at the foul line for 2. Portland now in the bonus for the final 9 minutes of the game. Kamara knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. We talked about in the pregame how it was going to be a frustratingly officiated game just because the Portland Trailblazers are just a head-down-to-the-basket type of team. That is how they play. And they've taken far more free throws than the Knicks so far here tonight. Kamara knocks down both. 21 free throws for Portland, 4 for New York. Brunson on the right wing, dancing with it, spins, coming to his right, down the lane, takes a bump, layup, can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Unless they say it's side out of bounds? No. 2 free throws for Jalen Brunson. Brunson will shoot 2. AP said, total collapse. They're going to lose this game because, once again, they're not going to be able to stop. This total collapse nonsense, my brother. It was a 10-point game. That is equivalent to back in the 90s to like a 5-point lead. 10-point lead is almost nothing, big dog. Almost nothing. McBride coming in here. Brunson knocks down the first free throw. Yves Little Cafe is indeed open. And my man AP has a reserved seat for every game. McBride comes in for Josh Hart here. 8:40 to go. Brunson hit the first one. Knocks down the second one. Here comes Love. Love bringing it down against McBride. Josh Hart has, I think, the 5 fouls, part of the reason why he subbed out there. Caleb Love steps back for a long step back 3 over McBride. Can't get it to go. Good rebound from Robinson. Quick outlet to Brunson. Cross-court pass to Bridges. Bridges stops and pops from 3. And he got it to go. I was about to say, you better knock that down because I would have preferred if you just took the lane. But the Knicks back up by 2. 99-97, 8 minutes to go. Avdija up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his left. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out to Love. Back to Avdija, being guarded by Robinson on a switch. Avdija's going to lick the dance with it. Steps back for a straightaway 3 over Robinson. Can't get that one to go. And Anunoby does a great job of knocking the rebound out of Donovan Klingon's hands. They've done a great job of keeping him off the glass. Anunoby Euro steps down the lane, scoop layup. Can't get it to go, but he draws a foul on Deni Avdija. It's going to send OG Anunoby to the foul line for 2 free throws. Now, the Knicks are finding themselves at the foul line here, these last couple of possessions. AP said they're a horrible defensive team, and no one's addressing it. That's what makes me mad. Plenty of people are addressing it, brother. I mean, look, when they were healthy, they had the 9th best defense in the NBA, which is not horrible. These last couple of games, it has been horrible. It's been bad. We've given all the reasons why it's possibly been bad and likely bad and all of the things. Are they that bad defensively as a team in general? No, brother. Relax. Don't ignore the first 25, 30 games of the year and just examine the last 4 or 5 and be like, that's exactly who they are. Because it's not. Come on, brother. Anunoby knocks down both free throws, 101 to 97. 4-point lead for the Knicks, 7:40 to go. Avdija has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his right, they hedge hard, they kick it out to Love. Love puts up the 3 over Bridges, and he responds back with a 3 of his own. Bridges a little late on the rotation. You got to be there early if we're going to hedge out on the Avdija screen. Brunson coming to his right, being guarded by Kamara. Coming to his right off a Robinson high screen. Brunson on the right wing. Pulls it back out. Now crossover on the Robinson screen again. Head down. High layup over Klingon. Got it to go from JB. Putting the cape on here. Here comes Sharp pushing it the other way. Coming to his left. Miscommunication between Bridges and Anunoby. Robinson comes over for a late shot block. Klingon pulls it out. Get over to Avdija. Middle of the lane. Stops. Turns. Spins. Pump fakes. Good defense from Robinson to force him to kick it out. Good defense from Anunoby to force him to kick it out. Love up top being guarded by Brunson. Step back, rhythm dribble 3. Caleb Love can't get that one to go. Battle on the glass. Klingon offensive rebound. Goes up. Reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Fouled by Robinson. Klingon getting active on the glass in the second half after we were talking about all night long, him doing a good job of keeping him off the glass. But Klingon coming out of the timeout will go to the foul line for 2. Dogcatcher said, love bringing undrafted Heat to the Blazers in need. I mean, he's been a great pick. A great pick. Here's the thing. I always loved Caleb Love in college. I liked him when I first saw him with UNC, and then obviously ended his career with Arizona. But I always really liked his game. Always needed to become a much more consistent shooter with a better handle to play guard in the NBA, but he's done it. He's been good. He's been good here for the Blazers. It's going to be interesting when they get their full slate of healthy players back. Just that said, Mitch tried to set a screen in the backcourt. Yeah, they've done a much better job of that here tonight of actually setting screens in the backcourt for our guys to bring the ball down against some full court pressure. Knicks with a 3-point lead. Coming out of this timeout, Donovan Klingon will shoot 2 free throws. Klingon is now, let's take a look at it, up to 7 rebounds. He had 1 at halftime. 1 rebound at halftime. He had 6 rebounds in the second half. I mean, he averages 11. He's a very good rebounder. Knicks kept him under control in the first half. He's got 4 offensive rebounds here in the second half. He's been much better. Yeah, like I said, Mitch absolutely balling every possession. And Mitch has been everywhere. You know, defensive rotations, defensive switches, coming over on help side in the paint, all of the things. All of the things. Mitch has been everywhere. Part of the reason why Donovan Klingon is starting to grab some rebounds. 1, he's just been overall better in the second half here. But 2, he's having Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson's having the cover for a lot of other things going on as the Blazers doing a good job of swinging the ball around. And Robinson is getting caught out of position rebounding-wise because he's constantly in help side, helping out on some drives. RPX said, I'm tired of watching Mike Brown killing our momentum with this win my way and not because of our talent. The Knicks win in spite of Mike Brown, not because of him. He's been figured out. I have no idea where that comes from, RPX. Absolutely disagree with that one, big dog. I have no idea where that energy is coming from. I don't know what you mean win my way. Mike Brown has been incredibly accommodating to the Knicks in terms of the style in which they want to play. As a matter of fact, when the Knicks completely shifted over to the way the Knicks were played previously to last year, was a lot of ISO ball, a lot of one-on-one play, trying to run consistent pick and roll. That's when the Knicks looked their worst offensively. And during the Clippers game, which was the start of like them actually looking like the team they were to start the year, was when they got back to Mike Brown basketball. Last year, they won in spite of their coach. This year, they're winning alongside their coach. Yak said Brunson hitting everything and fans complaining and a bunch of assists. There's nothing this Knicks team can do to get Knicks fans to believe, it seems. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Donovan Clingan knocks down the first free throw. Got one more coming. 103, 101 now. Antonio Hutchison said, I need 3, shake my head, Avdija, Maxey, McBride, and quickly 1 from each. Well, I hope McBride can get another 3 for us. Brunson bringing it down. Clingan knocked down both free throws. 6:50 to go. We're approaching the halfway point. Brunson half spin down the lane to the basket. Gets caught under the rim to kick it out to Anunoby. Right corner 3, line me up. Too strong, can't get it to go. Long rebound. Sharp comes flying in and knocks Donovan Clingan to the floor. And here comes Shaden Sharp. Sharp up top, coming to his left, behind the back, now coming to his right. Tricky dribble from him, down the lane against Robinson. Kicks it out, wild pass out to Love. Bridges runs him off the line. They kick it back over to Sharp, wide open right corner. Anunoby runs him to the line. Sidestep 3, he can't get it to go. Excellent effort from the Knicks. And Robinson, good box out and rebound over Clingan. Excellent effort from the Knicks to make just the extra effort to make them think twice about shooting an open 3. Put it on the floor, make him do a sidestep, make him attack the closeout, whatever you got to do to keep the defensive possession going. Brunson, fancy dribbling, mid-range pull-up jumper, comes up short. Robinson, the offensive rebound, kicks it out the Bridges. Extra pass to McBride, extra pass to Anunoby, attacking along the baseline to the basket, kick it over to Brunson, extra pass to Bridges. Bridges left wing 3, over Avdija, can't get it to go, and Caleb Love with the rebound. Excellent ball movement from both of these teams right now, and neither of them knocking down shots. Sharp attacking, slips and falls. Robinson picks up the rebound, quick outlet to Brunson, over to Bridges, down the lane. Bridges throws up a lob to Anunoby, a terrible lob attempt, and Anunoby can't get the terrible lob pass from Bridges to go down. Terrible decision from Bridges on the fast break there. They get over to Avdija, they swing it over to Love, ran off the line by Brunson. Love up top, now attacking to his left down the lane, takes the bump, tried to leave it off for Clingan. Robinson knocks it loose, Clingan recovers it. Clingan along the right baseline, they kick it up top to Sharp. Sharp ran up the line by Bridges, he's going to attack the lane, throws up the floater, got it to go. My goodness. Helter-skelter play from both teams. Excellent offense, just nobody could buy a basket in that sequence. Finally, Sharp knocks one down. Bridges bringing it down, he has it up top, being guarded by Sharp. They get it over to Brunson on the right wing, being guarded by Kamara, attacking to his right. Step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper. It's his go-to, in and out, halfway down, but he can't get it to stay. Clinging with a good box out and rebound on Robinson. Now here comes Deni Avdija. Portland with a 1-point lead, past the under the 5-minute mark now. Avdija has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his right off the Kamara screen. Brunson switched on to Avdija. This is obviously a mismatch. Avdija's going to lick the dance, coming to his right, putting his head down, attacking, puts up the floater. Can't get the floater to go. No foul call. Robinson with another good box out and rebound. Here comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down, coming to his left, driving it down. On the left wing, tries to draw the foul. Caleb Love gets his hands in there, and then he throws it away. And McBride able to pick it up, and we're going to slow it down. We're going to get it back to Brunson. He's being guarded by Avdija. Has it on the left wing. They show a double team. Brunson calling for somebody's help to get it over to McBride. They swing it over to Anunoby. Anunoby catches, jab step, puts up the 3 over Donovan Clingan. You just had a feeling it was going down from OG Anunoby. And the Knicks with a 2-point lead here, 4:11 to go, 106 to 104. Josh Hart is sitting at the scorer's table. We still got Mitchell Robinson over Karl-Anthony Towns. Even though Karl-Anthony Towns has had an excellent night, Mitchell Robinson is essential right now to help on the boards. Avdija up top, being guarded by Anunoby, coming to his right. Brunson switched on to him, backing him down. They kick it out. OG Anunoby with the steal. They kick it over to McBride. McBride, a pull-up 3. Line me up. Deuce McBride from 3-point range on the right wing. And the Knicks take a 5-point lead, baby. Back-to-back threes, and we're back into it. And the Knicks with a lead. Mitchell Robinson huffing and puffing, just like, whew. This team is hustling out there. And y'all talking about terrible defense. This defense has been incredible tonight from both teams. My goodness, the extra effort rotational swings that these guys are making here tonight. I'm tired of just watching it. My goodness. If you are watching the game, I know some of you guys don't watch it and you just listen, and I appreciate you for that, but if you are watching the game, if you could see the kind of defensive effort, this is what I'm talking about when I say the defense has never been better in the NBA than it is in modern basketball. The amount of extra effort, defensive rotations you need to make to beat the passing ability of all these teams. Portland is not a good offensive team. They're an okay offensive team at best. And the extra passing and the amount of threats that they have out there from the perimeter, the amount of times the Knicks have ran them off the line, forced the closeout, Portland gets into the lane. The Knicks collapse the defense. They swing it back out. The Knicks have to make another rotation out to them, run them off the line again. They collapse the defense again as they get into the paint. They kick it out again for an open shooter. The Knicks make the extra effort rotation to get out to a shooter, run them off the line. That's the level of defense it takes on every single possession. That's why it's so difficult, right? That's why it's so difficult. My goodness. Prince Jamia said, how many rebounds does Mitch have? Let's take a look. Take a look. Lakers called a full timeout, by the way, and now the Knicks call a full timeout. All right, so we're going to have some time here to talk. Dog catches the Knicks with Hart back better than the Rockets with Şengün. Without Şengün, sure. I consider Şengün their best player. So take the best player off their team, yeah. Yak said McBride was being subbed out for Hart. Yes, Josh Hart was sitting at the scorer's table. I assume he's going to come in for Deuce McBride. Huge shot for Deuce, though. Nixon said that's Mike Brown's read and react offense. I mean, it's every offense, I think, is a little bit of a read and react offense. That's just kind of natural basketball, and especially once you get to this level. Like, hopefully you've been playing basketball long enough to be able to read and react. But that's, you know, the movement. That's all that movement, man. Chris Baskerville said, all I'm saying, if Clarkson never got that one steal. Yeah, I mean, I would have hoped he would have got that steal. It was, and it should have been an easy steal because of all the extra rotations everybody made, including Clarkson. But that almost was like a team steal. The dog catcher that we just took 2 from the Rockets, and the Rockets are good. Angel A1 Drummond said, okay, then. Nixon said, oh, that's Mike Brown's irrelevant. Yeah. Tom Anthony said, Sheffy cooking. I'm high. I told you guys coming in. Once I learned Josh Hart was back for this game, I immediately got significantly more hype than I was going into it. Sharon McLean, what's up, Sharon? Nixon said Brown pushed it more on us in preseason and is showing more and more now. I mean, it's incredibly important. You know, we could say it's incredibly important to move the ball and all the things like that, but it is incredibly important for you to be able to be comfortable in your offense and in your defensive scheme, right? Like the steal, like Chris Baskerville was making a joke, but he's not wrong. Like Clarkson was able to get that steal because he knew I don't have to think about whether or not they're closing out in the corner and they're going to force that pass, that swing pass over. I know they're going to close out hard over there, and then he's going to try and swing it over to the wing. So I can jump the passing lane and get there because I trust that my teammate's going to do that. Like that's chemistry. That's defensive chemistry. That's trust. That's the extra effort, rotational stuff that we've been lacking. And maybe not even maybe. It's definitely a piece that Josh Hart brings. But here's the thing. Josh Hart wasn't even on the court those last couple of possessions. Deuce McBride was. That's how incredibly important it is because now Deuce McBride can go back to the bench. Josh Hart can come back in, keep everybody fresh. You keep the energy guys going. Deuce McBride knocks down a huge 3, comes up with a couple of great defensive plays. Nixon said, we weren't moving the ball as much as last season. Brown built trust in teammates. Yeah, and then when they started to revert back to bad tendencies, we had a players meeting. Coaches came into the room after, and we talked about it, and we got back to ball movement in the Clippers game, and it's continuing here tonight in Portland. Robinson comes over for a chase down block, and he falls down. He's got his legs taken out from under him. Brunson has it up top. Robinson hustles back down. He just took a tough tumble. They swing it over to Anunoby, right wing 3, another one. Another one for OG! Another one! And the Knicks up by 8. 3 minutes to go. Avdija has it, being guarded by Josh Hart, driving it down, gets caught in the lane, throws up a tough lob pass to Kling, and he's able to come down with the catch. They swing it over to Sharp, behind the back pass. Josh Hart jumps the lane with the steal to the basket. Easy layup and a 10-point lead for our New York Knicks. Welcome back, Josh Hart, baby. Holiday, rhythm dribble, pull up 3 over Brunson. Got it to go. That's just Drew Holiday knowing his team needs a basket. That's veteran Drew Holiday right there saying, let me get one real quick. Justice's dad, my goodness, brother. Keep your money, big dog. An incredibly generous super chat. My goodness, brother. Thank you. Whoa. Bridges coming to us right off a double screen. How am I supposed to go back to calling the game? Brunson with the 3. Got to go. The Knicks 3-point shooting in fuego right now. They're lighting the nets on fire. Knicks back up by 10. Hit ahead to Sharp. Sharp down the lane against Brunson. Brunson fouls him. Sharp going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Justice's chat. My goodness, brother. Thank you. He said, happy birthday, bro. Appreciate you, Justice Dad. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Very generous to you, big dog. Defense leading the offense. And some of y'all complaining about the defense. Come on. Come on. Sharon McLean said, make them run like their trails are ablaze. Absolutely, Sharon. Dogman said, Cape Crusaders, Josh and JB. Absolutely, absolutely. Buzzer beater, appreciate you, buzzer beater. Just that incredible donation, brother. Appreciate you, man. Avi said, today's your birthday. I'm not telling anybody when my birthday is. I'm not a big birthday, guys. I'm not a big birthday guy. I appreciate it. We can just celebrate the month. This is not about me. It's not about me. It's about Charles. It's about the channel. It's about the Knicks. Brunson has it up top. Sharp knocked down both of his free throws. Brunson dancing with it. They show two. Steps through. Kicks it over to Josh Hart. Swings it out. Bridges. Left corner three. Another open one. Knocked me up. Can't get it to go. Avdija with the rebound. And he comes down holding his back and immediately signals to the bench. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Non-contact injury for Avdija there, and they call the timeout. And he goes immediately back to the locker room. That's not good. That's not good at all. Full timeout. AP said the pep talk worked. He comes down holding his left, back area. Right here, he comes down holding it. See it again? Lands really awkwardly. Comes down holding it his lower left back area. Angel said the Knicks' experience and skill should be the Blazers' youth. They should. They should. We could also say that about a couple of other games that they lost that they probably should have won. But Knicks getting back healthy, and suddenly the team is very reminiscent of the team we cheered for the first 30 games of the year before the mini slump there. But we have 2 minutes to go. Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead. Not out of the weeds yet. Not out of the weeds yet. Maybe said we are lucky everyone lost yesterday. Everyone did lose yesterday, so was a big game for the Knicks here today. And they're going to continue to be big games. That's a Deni straight to the locker room after the bound. Yep. Immediately signaled to the coaching staff and the bench, got to call the timeout, and just walked off the court, went right back to the locker room. Unfortunate. Angel said, in Josh we trust. Absolutely. AP said, I think the Knicks should be 4 or 5 games better than they are now. I don't disagree, AP. I don't disagree. I mean, every team goes through a slump. They lost some games they shouldn't have lost, but that's the regular season. They'll win some games they probably shouldn't win. Sharp brings it down, knocks down a pull-up straightaway three. Not out of the weeds yet. 5-point game. Brunson bringing it down. 1:45 to go. Brunson against Kamara. Has it up top. Brunson pulls it out, directing some traffic. Coming to his left. Back to his right. Over to Josh. Josh coming to his left. Shot clock down to 5. Josh in the lane throws up a floater. Got open, and he knocks it down. Another big play from Josh Hart. Again, just the outlet that Jalen Brunson needs. He's just got that chemistry. He's always in the right spot. Holiday falling out of bounds. High arcing shot. He shot it over the backboard. He can't get it to go. Holiday's looking for a foul call on Bridges. He doesn't get it. Here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. A little over a minute to go. Brunson up top being guarded by Kamara. Holiday inching over on the help. Now he retreats. Brunson one-on-one. Crosses over to his left. Looking for an outlet to get over to Josh Hart. Pump fakes. Spins down the lane. Crazy reverse layup, can't get it to go. And Anunoby right there for the help on the tip-in. Wild play from Josh Hart, but excellent play from Josh Hart as well. We don't call him the chaos engine for nothing. Sharp down the lane. Gets blocked by OG Anunoby. Brunson picks it up, and that should wind down the time. They're without their captain, their leader, and Deni Avdija. Time winding down now, and a timeout for the New York Knicks. As Bridges got trapped as he brought it past half court. And 121-112 for the New York Knicks as they're going to pull this one out, looks like. MBM said it's about you right now? Nah, brother, it's never about me. Never about me. This is about y'all, the community, because this don't exist without y'all. And it's about basketball, and it's about the New York Knicks. That's all it's about. C. Cesarea? What's up, C? Please, someone answer how many quarters do they play? They play 4 quarters unless it's tied, and then they go to the mythical 5th quarter and beyond if they need it. Lou said, Brunson, give me one more 3. I mean, I'm rooting for you, brother. I'm rooting for you. I wouldn't mind it. GG said difference in the game is that Brunson sort of acted like a PG for most of the game. When he got away from it, Blazers made a comeback. GG's just making up fan fiction in his own head again here tonight. Brunson did not play any different tonight than he has normally played throughout the regular season. K. Hazy said, I missed these Knicks. Didn't even need Cat back in. I mean, this should be the beauty of the team. You have Karl-Anthony Towns. You have Mitchell Robinson. You could close with either one of them. I have confidence in either one of those guys. You have Josh Hart. You have Deuce McBride. You have Mikal Bridges. I'm confident in combination of two of those three, to pull this game out and close the games. I'm confident in it. Right? Whoever is playing well and whoever you need to go with. I'm confident in any of those guys. Ken Underwood said, Kindred Spirit, I don't celebrate either. I mean, I celebrate it. I just don't consider it that big of a deal. The Knicks inbounded. The Blazers trying to trap in the backcourt. Anunoby gets the easy dunk. As the Knicks quickly beat the press. Caleb Love bringing it down. He's got to put up the three. Can't get it to go. Anunoby with the rebound. Time winding down. Blazers not going to foul. Knicks have the 11-point lead, and it looks like we're just going to wind down the clock. Anunoby gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart trapped. Saves it over to Brunson. Kamara jumps the lane. He's going to throw it down. Unfortunate for Josh Hart. Brunson effectively gives Josh Hart a turnover there. They inbound it in the Bridges. Bridges is going to pull it out. Saves it over to McBride. McBride over to Brunson. And that one will wrap it up. Now we'll dribble out the clock, and that's going to be it. 123-114. Knicks, they got their emotional leader back in Josh Hart. And they played like it. Basketball is fun again, y'all. Basketball is fun yet again. My goodness. Good win, K. Hazy. Absolutely. Just that said Sixers Raptors tomorrow. I haven't even looked at the schedule tomorrow. Let's look at the box scores first, then we'll go look at the schedule for tomorrow's game. Knicks end up pulling it out, 123-114. OG climbed his way up to 24 points down the stretch here. Incredible fourth quarter from Big OG. Needed it. 7 boards, 3 assists. Let's not discount the 7 rebounds either. They absolutely needed him on the glass, and he showed up exactly where they needed it. Zoom in one more time to get these ads out of here. There we go. Karl-Anthony Towns, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. I liked it. I really, really, really liked it. Karl-Anthony Towns here tonight. A couple of bow-handed plays here and there, but that's to be expected from Karl-Anthony Towns. I love the fact that he went 2 for 3 from three-point range. Again, we need him to continue to knock down the threes at a high clip. Josh Hart tonight in his return back, 18 points, only 3 rebounds. We know this will rise back up. 6 assists for Big Josh. He did have 4 turnovers. Let's call it 3 turnovers, because one of those turnovers was at the end where the game was over and he was just kind of throw it away. 3 turnovers for Josh Hart, 2 steals, a block. Incredible night for Big Josh in the return. This team is not deep enough to sustain injuries to very important players like Josh Hart. Mikal Bridges, 18 points, 6 boards, 6 assists for Mikal Bridges. Solid all-around game. Hit a big 3 in that fourth quarter to get us going, as he tends to do sometimes. I get on Mikal Bridges pretty heavy every now and again, but he is very, very important to what this team does as well. 16 points for Jalen Brunson, 3 for 9 from 3, 6 boards, 8 assists, did a little bit of everything, only 2 turnovers. Love to see that. Keep the turnovers low. Solid night for Jalen Brunson. This is just like a regular solid night for Jalen Brunson. Nothing too spectacular. Same with Mikal. Josh Hart, excellent night. Same with Karl-Anthony Towns. Same with OG Anunoby. Actually, OG Anunoby had a very good night. Very good night. 3 minutes in the first half from Odiawara. Mike Brown went to the Tom Thibodeau method of 8-man rotation. But here's the thing. Tom Thibodeau goes to an 8-man rotation, and we see 40 minutes across the board. We effectively played an 8-man rotation here tonight, and nobody played over... Brunson played the most at 36 minutes, which is like his average. My goodness. Incredible rotations from Mike Brown tonight. This is how you manage an 8-man rotation. You actually use the guys off the bench. 25 minutes for Mitch Robb, 6 points, 11 rebounds. He was integral in helping keep Donovan Clingan off the glass. Absolutely needed him. Nick Yax at our centers tonight was as good as I've seen in a while. Absolutely. We got banger games out of Robinson and Towns. Fantastic Fantastic minutes out of both of the guys. Mitchell Robinson, by the way, 6 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds. He was phenomenal. Jordan Clarkson, 13 minutes. Was not a great night for Jordan Clarkson. This is when like you limit the minutes a little bit from Jordan Clarkson. If he doesn't have him going, you don't have to have him out there. Love to see that. When Shamet comes back, we're off and running. We are off and running. I can't wait for Landry Shamet. Again, we talked about it about a week away. MBM said, don't celebrate birthdays, but acknowledgement is key. Yes, absolutely. I appreciate it, MBM. I do acknowledge my birthday, and I celebrate it. I just don't make it a big deal. You know, I'm probably going to go out with the family, have a nice meal. That's it. At some point here in January, I'm going to miss a Knicks game. Unfortunately, our second Knicks game this year. We missed one with a family emergency. The second one we're going to miss sometime this month. I'm going to go to the Garden. I'm going to go watch the Knicks. I go watch the Knicks one time a year in January for my birthday. So I'll let you guys know when that happens. Obviously, I'll let you know in advance. Deuce McBride had a rough shooting night. 2 for 9 from three-point range. That percentage is going to come falling back down a little bit. He was shooting 45% from three. It was bound to happen eventually. He was going to have a poor shooting night. Still knocked down 2 threes. One of them incredibly huge. Takes stones to pull up in transition the way he did. Knocked it down. Nothing but net. Mark said MLK Day. It might be the MLK Day game, mostly because I usually pick the MLK Day game in January just because it's the early game and it's easy to go to the game and then still have the rest of your day to enjoy. But usually. This year, I believe it's a 6 o'clock start time, so it's a little bit later than usual. Jordan Clarkson only knocked down the 1-3. McBride came up huge at the end. 35 minutes for Deuce McBride, by the way. 35 big old minutes. Hopefully, with Landry Shamet back, we can get that down to around 30. 35 is a lot. We can get that down to around 30. Clarkson is going to hover around that 10 to 15 range. Mitchell Robinson at 25. Expect Mo Diawara to be out of the rotation entirely. So if we get that down to 30, that's 5 minutes there. Let's keep that regular. And Juzz's dad has become a member, upped his membership. Appreciate you, Juzz's dad. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. My goodness. Generosity tonight. It's crazy, Juzz's dad. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. A lot of you guys are very generous tonight. Let's shout out all the super chats here tonight. Juzz's dad becomes a member or re-upped his membership. I appreciate you, Juzz's dad. Thank you for that. And a very incredible, generous super chat. Thank you, big dog, with the $50. Didn't even say anything. Didn't utilize it in any way. I appreciate you, man. RPX with also a very generous super chat. He said Cheffy's lighting and floating head fun, so I appreciate you. Sons Gen got it started as well with a very generous super chat. My goodness. AP also with a very generous one here tonight. So AP, Sons Gen, RPX, and Justice's dad. Thank you guys for your generosity here tonight. Again, as always, like I say, all you got to do is hang around and watch the stream and watch the show. Appreciate you guys, man. All I'm asking for is you guys to watch the show. Sadu Barry said, play Diawara, man, 3 minutes. Yeah, he only got the 3 minutes. Didn't see him in the second half. The Knicks right now are trying to win some basketball games. All these young guys, Diawara, McCullough, Kolek, no Kolek tonight. They've had their opportunity, and none of them really kind of made themselves stand out on a consistent basis. They all had moments, and that's what you expect from young guys drafted in the second round, like all these guys are, second-round draft picks. That's what you expect from them. And they all had moments, incredible moments. And they also had some moments where it was ooh, it's rough to have you out there right now, which is why it's important to have Josh Hart back and Landry Shamet back, because the Knicks are not deep enough to survive sustained injuries to those guys. So, Sudu Barry said 35 minutes, 8 points. I mean, he had a bad shooting night. 3 for 11 from the field, 2 for 9 from three-point range. If he shoots his average from three-point range, he's got 15 points tonight, Mark, Sudu Barry, Chaos Kid, appreciate you guys very, very much, very, very much. Incredible night. The Knicks look like the Knicks again. They look like the Knicks again. And by the way, they beat a very, very good Portland Trail Blazers team here. And we're going to go over tomorrow's slate of games and pick one that we're going to watch tomorrow because the Knicks do not play tomorrow. They do have 2 days off. Very important to note. They do have 2 days off. We can also go around the league here. We have not gone around the league so far tonight. So let's do this. Let's open up their schedule. We can get this out of the way now. Open up the Knicks schedule. They have 2 days off here. Alex said, this is what the doctor ordered. Love the way you put it, brother. Absolutely what the doctor ordered. Absolutely. Look at all the nationally televised games the Knicks have, by the way. My goodness. Are they absolute, they're a team that everybody wants to watch. I'm just saying. Knicks pick up a very good, and Nixon becomes a member. Appreciate you, Nixon. Very generous. You re-upping your number. He said, let's go, Knicks. We'll take off after the break. Yes, sir. Absolutely. No need to grind yourself in the dust in January, right? They lost a couple games they shouldn't have lost, but we could chalk it up to some tough scheduling, fatigue, injuries, all of the things. Obviously, they deserve to be critiqued. You still have to find a way to win those basketball games, and also you have to find a way to not get embarrassed the way they did against Detroit and some of the other games like Philly and Atlanta, where they trailed by double digits for the majority of the second halves in those games, if not the entirety of the second halves. You have to find a way to not be embarrassed in those games, even if you find a way to lose it. And, yeah. Dog, I just said, thanks for recognizing that the Blazers don't suck. No, they're good, man. They're good. That's a tough win for the Knicks. Like, I'm chugging that up to, like, really good victory for the New York Knicks against Portland here. Really good victory. Unfortunately, Avdija got hurt. Hopefully, it's not a long-term thing, and he's back for the next game. If not, only misses a handful of games here. But quick to note here, they played Sunday. The next time they play is Wednesday. So they have 2 days off for the first time in over a month. They have 2 days off. The issue is they're on a West Coast road trip, and they're going to be flying over to Sacramento, and it's going to be followed up by a back-to-back against Sacramento, and then they fly over to Golden State or fly over to Oakland to play Golden State. Nixon said, yeah, we don't need to burn out early. Yep, absolutely. So they play Sacramento. We got a pair of late-night games here as we wrap up our West Coast road trip. I wanted to bring this up because Portland is the last really tough game we're going to play here on the West. Sacramento sucks. Dennis Schroeder's not going to be available because he's suspended for getting into a fracas with Luka Doncic. And then Golden State, who's a mediocre team. Now, they have Steph Curry. They have Jimmy Butler. Two guys who have consistently throughout their careers killed the Knicks because they're awesome players. But they should be able to handle this Golden State team because they are the much better team and they are getting much healthier. So Wednesday, Thursday, and then we have a day off. We come back home. We play Phoenix. We play Dallas. We play Brooklyn. A little 3-game homestand there. And then they have 2 days off, and they have to travel, down to Philly, which is not a big travel at all. So the schedule is going to start getting a little lighter here. We do have a rematch against Portland coming up at the end of the month here, but it feels like this was the gauntlet. And while I don't want to say that they survived the gauntlet, because they did lose 4 out of 5 games here, a rough stretch, it feels like things are going to wind down a little bit here. They still have some tough games. Phoenix, rematch against Phoenix. Phoenix beat the Knicks fair and square. So that's going to be a tough game. Toronto's going to be a tough game. Philly, rematch against Philly. That's going to be a tough game. Portland, rematch against Portland is also going to be a tough game. So it's not going to get super easy, but Dallas can be scrappy and tough. So that's going to be interesting as well. But although Anthony Davis is out, so maybe it'll be a little bit easier. But schedule gets a little bit lighter. Just a little bit. Ever so slightly a little bit lighter here. Dogcatcher said, Tamani Kamara is much like Josh Hart for the Blazers now. Fair comparison, absolutely. Alex said the Suns, what about that rematch against the Magic? The next time they play the Orlando Magic, do they play Orlando Magic again? They don't play the Magic again in the regular season. They played them 9 billion times to start the year, so they're done playing the Magic this year. They're also done playing the Miami Heat this year. They played the 2 Florida teams 1 billion times to start the year, and that's over with. So again, it gets a little bit lighter. It gets a little bit lighter here. The Knicks should be going on a run here all the way up to the All-Star break. A little mini run. I'm not, nothing crazy. Just continue to stay solid, continue to play extremely good basketball. But also to note, guys, really late West Coast game, so fully understand it's gonna be a long night. Get your naps in. I'm definitely getting my naps in. It's gonna throw off my sleeping schedule. It's gonna be a crazy time. Back-to-back games of really late night games, so it's gonna be tough. Franklin, what's up, Franklin? That's why I had it. What's up, Franklin? Nixon said we got Orlando. I ain't worried about them. We got them already. Not really worried about anybody. I mean, Detroit's going to be tough. It's not like I'm looking past Detroit, but I'm not really worried about anybody. Now that we have Josh Hart back and we finally got to see the New York Knicks play the way the New York Knicks play basketball, love to see it. They just put a stat up here. All 5 starters with the Knicks scored 15 plus or more. That is the 4th time they've done it this year. Excellent game for everybody. Excellent game. Albert said, I can sleep tonight. Hey, man, we got Knicks basketball back. Excellent game. All right, before we sign off here, AP said get rid of back-to-backs. I'm with you, AP. I'm with you. Especially road back-to-backs. At the very least, get rid of road back-to-backs. Get those out of the schedule. Before we sign off here, let's go over tomorrow's slate of NBA games. We can also go around the league real quick. Hold on. Raptors and Toronto, locked in a tight one. So let me pull that up over here before we sign off. We'll go around the league. We'll pick a game for tomorrow. I'll pull this game up at the end. Final 30 seconds. Might as well hang around. Might as well hang around to see the end of it. Here we go. Jay Gardner. Appreciate you, Jay Gardner. Just that to Pat's in trouble. What a fitting end of the night if they lose. I was, in my predictions, my game predictions, I predicted the Pats losing. Really young. I think a little bit ahead of themselves. I thought they pulled out some games that probably shouldn't have gone their way. I think they a little bit of a fool's gold with how good of a season they had. They're obviously a very good team, and Drake May is definitely the real deal. But a little bit of a fool's gold with how good their season was. Pull up 3 for Tyrese Maxey. Oh my goodness. Up by 4 for Philly. Tyrese Maxey is a dangerous dude. Dangerous dude. Steven Smith. What's up, Steven? We've got Saka Tomato tomorrow. We do. Susan said we had a rough stretch, but this is the first time we have seen some of the West Coast teams. Yeah. Good point. Spurs taking on the Timberwolves, and they're smacking them up a little bit. They're up by 13 early here. Expect Minnesota to give a little bit of a comeback there. Let me dominating, though. 6:24 already. Halfway through the third. Miami and Oklahoma City locked in a tight one. AP said we better figure out this Philadelphia team. Well, here's the thing, AP. Both of the times they played them were on the second night of a back-to-back. Philly is an incredibly fast team, led by, obviously, Tyrese Maxey, so does not help. But, again, it was during some of the rough stretches that the Knicks had, so, yeah, they better win. They're going to be coming off 2 days of rest for the first time in over a month. So, absolutely. Maybe said we could absolutely lose in the playoffs to them. I mean, the Knicks could lose in the playoffs to anybody, but I'm not worried about anybody. You're too worried, AP. You're too worried. K. Hayes said the Thunder getting surprised by the Heat. I mean, it's a close game. Thunder have not been playing well as of late. Miami's a solid team. Bucks taking on the Nuggets. That's an interesting game for sure. Very close game. Start of the second. Still early in that one. Wizards taking on the Suns. Got to root for the Wizards. I'm sorry, Suns Gen, if you're still hanging around. Got to root for the Wizards in that one. It's a close game at the end of the first. All right, come on, Washington. Keep it close. Is Trae Young playing? Trae Young's not playing, right? I mean, Starr's got 9 points, but Trae Young wouldn't play this early, right? Nah, he's not playing. Of course he's not playing. Trae Young's not playing. Of course. All right. And there's no other games that have wrapped up, right? Nope. We've gone over the wrapped up game so far. So tomorrow's slate of games: Jazz, Cavs, Celtics, Pacers is the Peacock game. 76ers, Raptors is probably going to be the most competitive game. Oh, they're playing right now. Back-to-back? You don't even get a day off in between? Back-to-backs? Oh, my goodness. 76ers, Toronto, rematch again tomorrow. All right. We'll probably tune into that one. It's like a playoff matchup. Nets, Mavericks, not interested. Lakers, Kings, not interested in the Kings. Hornets, Clippers. Hornets have been playing very well as of late, so this suddenly becomes an interesting game. Student said Nixon sounds like a plan. Ye of Little Faith Club T-shirts. We might. I got to get the store up. I've been slacking on it. It's been weighing on my mind. I've been stressing about it. Been working on it in the background. Got to just get it up. AB said Kolek is buried on the bench. I mean, who do you want him to play over? The only guy I would consider even playing him over is Clarkson. Now, I would go Kolek over Clarkson, but I understand why you go Clarkson over Kolek. It's not to me like a situation last year. Like even last year with rookie Kolek, I still would play Kolek over what we got from campaign. But I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that cut and dry between him and Clarkson because they both provide different things and both provide very important things. And they're both inconsistent. Nathan said we need the merch by playoffs. I 1,000% can guarantee it'll be out by the playoffs. I can guarantee that, Nixon. It's on the way. It's on the way. I know I've been saying that for a while, but it's definitely on the way. I got to get on it. Bonsai Sage, appreciate you. So we have great scoring options for each team. McBride and Josh are the keys to beat Philly. OG and Bridges are the formula to beat Detroit. The Knicks, here's the thing. The Knicks have a pretty deep team when fully healthy. Like, Shamet coming back is going to be incredibly interesting for this team because he's been out for so long at this point. But he's kind of become like this underrated part of it. Quickly knocks down a left corner three. It's back to a 1-point game. 11 seconds to go. That game's not over yet. Philly and Toronto. Quickly knocked down the game-winning three. Who'd they play the other day? Knocked down the game-winning three. He knocks down a huge three in the corner there. Toronto down 1 AP. We got it. They say it's a long two. They call it a long two from Quickly. So it's 107, 105. They're going to go review it, I guess. See the replay? Excellent play from Toronto. Kelly Oubre just gets lost. Bona's late. I didn't check the feed. I was watching the rotations there. Now they're going to show another replay. Looked like a long two from Quickly. Looked like his toes on the line, unfortunately for him. He knocks down that three. Even if they knock down two. Yeah, ref was looking right at it. He got it. Got to get that toe behind the line quick. So tomorrow, right now, the plan is 76ers Raptors, so we will be live at 7 o'clock to go over the pregame as usual. It is still in Toronto. 2 games in a row, because obviously we're watching the end of the game here. Justice Dad, exclamation point merch. It's on the way. It's on the way. On the way. We'll set all that up when we get it all set up. The issue is like ordering the things, waiting for it to be shipped, waiting for it to come, examining the materials, ordering it from a different supplier, examining the materials, ordering from a different supplier, examining the materials, setting up the website, setting up the payment stuff, all of the things. All of the things. There's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it, unfortunately. Because I don't want to just be like, yeah, throw up these trash T-shirts. You know, it's not going to be the greatest quality. Because, again, still learning. But they'll be rolled out consistently. Different products, different kinds of things. That is the plan, which is what, want to do it right. The Raptors knock it out of bounds. They give it back to Philly. Toronto signaling for a challenge. And they're going to use the challenge. We might as well stay live to the end of this game. I know it's going to take forever with all the stoppages in play, but they're going to use the challenge here to see if it's out of bounds on them. Nixon said, need the chef's hat too. We're going to work on the chef's hat. I got to figure out a chef's hat because nobody really supplies it, so I'd have to do it in-house. I have a guy who has the ability to do it, but we got to work out the kinks for it. Chef's hat will be on the way. Limited supply for chef's hat. Limited supply because it's going to be made in-house. AP said, watch Adam Silver look the other way at the Wizards draft pick. Oh, no doubt. It's already happening, AP. It's already happening. The Wizards have already come out and said, we're going to keep our draft pick, and Trae Young probably won't even suit up this year for the Wizards. Like, how can you say that to a fan base in which you just traded for a former All-Star? How can you say that to your fan base? Where is the excitement? Where is the ability to sell tickets? Right? And even if he does play for the Wizards, he's not ending the year playing for the Wizards. Like, in the sense, like, they'll just sit him down the final 10, 15, 20 games if they have to. So he'll probably play 10 to 15 games, get the fan base excited, and then sit him down for injury management, or maybe he needs some kind of surgery he needs on his whatever, and then he'll be out the remainder of the year, no doubt. And nobody will do anything about it, because that's not what Adam Silver does. Nathan said Restaurant Depot will have the hat wholesale. It'll just be printing. Yeah, getting the hats is not really the issue. It's getting the printing. It's getting the printing done. Right? Doing that in-house on your own is not as easy, especially when it's on a hat like that. Amy said Adam Silver selectively enforces the rules. I would even argue he just doesn't really enforce a ton of rules. Doesn't really force a ton of rules. It looked like Toronto knocked it off of VJ Edgecombe, by the way. Unless they call a foul here. It could be a proximate foul. I don't have the on, so we're just going to have to wait and see what's going on. If they call it out of bounds, Toronto fans are celebrating. I'm going to assume they're going to give the ball back to Toronto here. They're down by 2. If this goes into overtime, we're ending the stream. We're not staying live for an overtime period. But we will be live tomorrow, 76ers Raptors. So we'll watch the second game in this series here. Avery said he only finds the Knicks for crimes they didn't do. Yeah, he docked the Knicks, what, 1 second-round pick, right, for the Brunson tampering thing? As if nobody's ever been as if LeBron didn't sign on the dotted line the second free agency hit to sign with the Lakers. As if KD and Kyrie Irving didn't sign with the Brooklyn Nets literally like 3 hours before free agency even started. Quickly fall away baseline jumper, terrible shot, airballs it. Battle for the loose ball, knocked out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Toronto. Now Philly's asking for a challenge. I think they're going to use it. Terrible shot by Quickly. Got to get a better shot than that, big dog. Just that said, VJ got a taste of the tough life. Philly now going to use their challenge. The ball was gifted back to Toronto there. I do think this is probably going to be a proximate foul against Toronto, and the ball should go back to Philly. Well, they're in the bonus, so they should get free throws, and that should effectively end the game. This is an incredibly long ending to the game. Susan said, yeah, that's sad. Adam Silver is a New York City Knicks hater. Look at the replay here. Oh, that's clean. There's no foul. And that's out of bounds off of Bona. This should be Philly ball with 5 seconds to go. Toronto ball with 5 seconds to go. They're down by 2. Yeah, we'll be live for this game again tomorrow, 7 o'clock start time. AP said, Leon did in Tampa with Brunson, just like he went to go watch him compete against Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, as his godfather, yeah. Look, man, tampering happens everywhere. To dock the Knicks a second-round pick. Honestly, it was really just Mark Cuban who was literally crying on national TV, and on anybody who would listen, he was crying too about how the Knicks tampered and whatnot. But it is what it is. Listen, if we look at it this way, the Knicks essentially traded a second-round pick with Jalen Brunson. I'll take it, right? Obviously, I'll take it. Who's defensive player of the game, by the way? It's probably Mitchell Robinson, right? It's got to be Mitchell Robinson. Ended up closing the game over Towns, and Towns was having a good game. Maybe Josh Hart? Josh Hart picked up some silly fouls. I'm just listening to Mike Brown talk about it right now. All right, final 5 seconds to go here. Toronto does get the ball back. Here we go. Get it in the Barnes. Barnes gets it out to Colin Murray-Boyles. Down the lane. Takes it over to Quickly. Quickly flips it up. No, that was Jamal Shed who quickly flipped it up. No pun intended. Grimes, half-court heave at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and they're going into overtime. All right, we're going to end it right there. We're not going to stay for the overtime period. But Toronto battled, man. Toronto battled. Putting it to an overtime period. That Colin Murray-Boyles pass at the end was crazy because he had a floater available to him, and he passed it at the last second to Shed, who flipped it up and in, which is not an easy shot to make, by the way, when you're along the baseline and you don't have the backboard as a safety net. Shed, and it was an unexpected pass, and he quickly caught it and just threw it up there. I guess maybe not having to think about it also helps, though. But that's a dangerous pass from Colin Murray-Boyles. I guess maybe he saw Bona coming over and didn't want to get blocked, but shout out Jamal Shed. But we're going to end it there. Just that's a Deni news? I didn't see any Deni news about the injury. I don't think the Knicks would be reporting on the Deni news, but I could check online right now before we sign off. But that's going to be it. Let me go ahead, throw up this screen, and shout out everybody who's a member tonight, and of course everybody who was incredibly generous tonight. That's AP, that's Justice's dad, that's Sons Gen. Appreciate you guys. Who else was it? It was also RPX. Very generous super chats, guys. Thank you guys very, very much. Let me look up Deni. Let's see. Is there any report here? Not from the Knicks beat writers, nor would I probably expect them to. But let me look up Deni, Avdija. Deni, Avdija. See if anything comes up about the injury. No, I don't see anything official. Just that people are reporting the injury. He appeared to tweak his back in the possession before. He reached down, rubbed his back, was clearly uncomfortable. Next possession, he goes up for a board, comes down and immediately grabs his bag and goes straight back to the locker room. So not good for Deni Avdija. Not good at all. With that being said, y'all, appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Knicks and NYC, Susan, Justice's dad, Niall Dimitri, of course. CEO King, AP, of course. Appreciate you guys very, very much. K Hazy, Justice's dad. Susan, of course. Niall Dimitri. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Ozahar, Nixon NYC. Did I shout out Nixon? I did. Appreciate you guys. Again, the Knicks pulled off a victory at 9 points. Ended up being 9 points. It was a 9-point victory. The Knicks 123-114. Incredibly important, impressive victory for the Knicks against a really good Blazers team. Now, handle business the remainder of the trip. You should be able to knock off the Sacramento Kings pretty easily. And you should be able to knock off the Golden State Warriors, despite the fact that they have Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, but they're not a good overall team. So you should be able to knock them off when you end up playing them. We have 2 days off. We're going to tune in tomorrow to the second part of this 76ers Raptors game. Should be fun. They're starting their overtime period, so tune in for that. With that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me here again tonight, as always. Remember to brush your teeth before bed, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.